Have you been on a pod before?
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you find it?
Calm. I even used to have a pod myself.
Oh, so
But I hate the logistics, man. That shit is long. Like, good. Like, kudos on you guys doing that shit.
You think it's long?
I personally think it's long. Yeah, and you know what it is as well. Shall I be real with you? I don't mind talking about myself or like talking to people and stuff, but I feel like when I'm trying to navigate a convo with someone else, unless the person is really interesting, sometimes it's like, yo, you have to find a way. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And I feel like it's a skill. Do you know what I mean? So if you do it, you must like it. But I think I did it. I was like, nah, I don't like this. Like, I had to probably be real with myself. Like, nah.
Do you know what? That's low-key refreshing because most people feel like it's easy. It's a camera, it's a mic, just talk behind it and that's it. That's what you gotta do, to be honest.
I know how long it is. Like, literally, I did it. I was like, nah, not for me. I probably, like, I feel like, you know what it is as well? I feel like maybe the angle I was trying to come at it with as well, like, I probably hadn't found out the right thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
What, like a niche?
Yeah. I feel like what I was trying to do is just like, I think there was only one episode I enjoyed, and that's just because the person was really good. So it's like, naturally, it was just a good convo. But apart from that, it's like, we all got better things to be doing than inviting someone for like 2 hours and then the convo is like forced.
I wouldn't say we've experienced it being quote unquote forced, but like we can definitely tell when a guest is like, right, this is a good episode, and when it's like, okay, like it was a calm episode, but like they could have given a bit more. Do you know what I mean? And and it's very obvious to the viewers when it's like that sort of episode, I would say.
You think? I feel like
100.
Really?
Yeah. Our best episodes come from like people that are willing to speak.
Fair play.
And it's not even speaking in terms of like, they were just like saying anything and just trying to go viral. Nah, like, it's just a genuine
hitting.
Yeah, it was just a genuine conversation. Like even just our last drop, people are saying it's our best episode.
Really?
Yeah, because I think maybe because we're all Nigerian, it just flowed. I don't know.
It was a natural conversation.
Yeah.
Fair play.
We ask you questions, you ask us questions. It's just normal.
And it just flowed.
It's not like an interview kind of style. Do you know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the angle I was trying to do it. Yeah, so it just didn't, it just wasn't really hitting and it didn't feel natural. It felt all fabricated. Whereas like I think the podcast that I feel like I enjoy, like the new age podcast, it's kind of like we're just all here to have a chat every week. And like whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. But more time it's just we're just all chatting, like kind of thing, innit? So I think that's what it is, to be honest. But these days everybody's trying to do a podcast. It's like
not everyone will last though.
Exactly. You need to keep the mics from people. What's you guys' favourite podcast rotations at the moment?
90s Baby Show, Chucky Online.
Or HC Pod.
Yeah, HC Pod.
Yeah.
Those two for sure.
I probably only just listen to Joe Budden now, you know.
Really?
Yeah. I used to listen to Free Shots a lot.
Yeah, Free Shots. I love Free Shots.
The 90s Baby here and there. But now it's just straight Joe Budden. I don't listen to anyone else.
Play.
And it's just because like I just think he's on a different level to everyone.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's on a different level. Like
I know. Joe Budden just strikes me as a hater, man. So I feel like I can't. Every time I just see clips, I'm just like, bro, shut up. Man.
No, but he is a hater.
I know what you mean.
He's a proud hater. Though. He's a proud hater. That's
sometimes it's just on worry. It's just like, brother, like, come on, but fair play.
He owns it though, innit? That's
true.
That's what. That's why I like it, because just like there's different characters on there as well. So it's like it's just everything in one. So
I like Pastor Maker. Yeah, that was really good. I think Free Shots, the consistency is just unmatched. Like every time, like I know they're always gonna drop regardless, that kind of thing. So it just always hits. Yeah, what, Free Shots?
Yeah,
bro.
Swear.
Bro, they're good. They're still going in.
Yeah, when did you start watching them?
Interesting you say that. I feel like I only got into them recently this year. HC Pod used to be my rotation though for a minute. I got into Pastor Maker this year. To be honest, I'm not kind of like the podcast I listen to outside of like the typical entertainment. You guys might not even like it. It's like really dry, entrepreneurial, just dry stuff. Like
Stephen Bartlett?
Nah, that's too mainstream, man. There's there's these 3-hour podcasts called I think it's called Acquired. And it's literally like, it'll be like a 3 to 4 hour episode where they break down the story of how like Nike was formed. From start to finish. But that shit will open your brain up. Like it's crazy. Like it's proper mad. Like
what do you say it's called again?
Acquired. Yeah, Acquired. And it's like, you'd think, how the hell am I gonna listen to a 3-hour, 4-hour podcast? But the way they do the storytelling, bro,
it flows.
You're lost. You're literally lost. There was another one called, the first time I got into podcasts, there was one called Gimlet. Gimlet Media, and it's basically like, I think it was like basically how he started his business, but in real time. But bro, you see Americans, one thing about Americans is that they're different. You see, all of us here, we do podcasts and whatnot, yeah, and this is not a jab against you guys, but we just come, we bring a mic, we talk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Them, man, the production is crazy. Bro was literally building his business in real time, taking a mic to meetings and like recording the meetings and then like doing narrative around it, bro. That's what got me into entrepreneurship. You listen to that stuff, you want to go start a company like yesterday, bro. I
feel like it's so different over there than here. Like in terms of, even with the entrepreneurial route, like a lot of people over there are like, they finish uni and that's what they have to do.
Yeah, I think.
Whereas here it's like more just you graduate and it's like, I think only a select few actually look into like the startups or.
I think UK is just a bit more conservative and traditional, isn't it? Whereas America, they're delusional. Yeah, it's like a lot of these musicians that we see that are like popping now, they've been doing music for 20 years. Yeah, nothing. But they in their head, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna make it, bro. Like literally, they're living in their mum's house, like, yeah, no, I'm gonna make it. And then like a year later, it just blows up for them. And I think that's why like America, it's all about the American dream, I feel like the UK, we don't really have a dream. It's all nightmares, bro. Like we just like, it's literally just like, yeah, wake up, I'll go to work. Like I remember when I told, when I started telling people I'm going to quit my job and try to do a business full time, everyone was just like, what are you on, bro? Like you need to just stop thinking like that. But that's just the UK for you, man. That's just the vibes. So you just have to...
I say the same thing. Like I don't see myself working for much longer, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just... even today, I was in the office like, bro, like, nah.
Wait, have you shared on the pod what you actually do?
Yeah. So I work in a private equity firm, but...
nice.
So I work in operations.
Nice.
Wait,
you're just not feeling it?
Yeah, what happened in the office?
Sorry?
What happened at work?
Bro, like... It's just the passive aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, private equity is a different...
Yeah, it's a different ballgame.
That was a bit... Yeah, it's a different that's what even made me leave, to be honest. Yeah, because what happened was... I have so many stories about private equity. They're just taps, man.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm still there to maybe... No, watch this. Listen, I ain't got nothing against the company.
Do you do socials and stuff?
I don't know. But like every workplace, someone's found out.
Yeah, so, true. Yeah,
I'm sure so... The problem with me is I'm not social in the office, so...
They're not gonna like that.
They don't. Like, I'm sure they don't, but like, I'm not social. Like, I can go to work and just sit by myself, and I've been with like that at every company.
Fair play.
So I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of that show, but
how long you think you're gonna last before you dip?
until something makes sense. Like,
fair play.
And the thing is, my thing isn't even to do with the money. Like, as long as something else is coming in consistently, I'm gone.
But you just don't feel like you like that environment of like corporate in general.
No, it's not me.
Fair play.
It's not me. As much as to be honest, and that's crazy me even saying this because I grew up. After university, I grew up thinking, I want to get into the big four, work in that sort of environment. And then first year out of uni, I didn't really get any like...
Yeah, traction and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I just got into like a hospitality firm working in finance. Cool. Then I moved into Canary now, working for a shipping company. Cool. And then I thought, right, I've got experience now, like, let me try and hit up the big four, whatever. Didn't see much. Didn't see any. I didn't see anything to, like, apply through. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't know how to get into it. And then, this private equity firm came about, moved there, been there now for, like, it's coming up to 6 months. Not 6 months yet.
Nah, fair play.
Yeah, no, just...
Yeah, I think with the reason why I left, well... I feel like private equity, I don't know if this happens in your firm, but, like, the culture is, like, very... traditional, like FaceTime-ish, like, you have to be in the office. Like I remember like I got this job like just coming out of lockdown. I don't know if you guys remember, like no one was still going to the office. These men wanted me in the office 5 days a week. Like 5 days a week in the office. And I remember like they were telling me to come into the office to print documents because the partner's traveling and partner's some old head. So bro can't read on his phone and he has to like dumb stuff like that. And it was just like what it was is that's when my content actually started taking off because what I'd done is I was just talking about careers and stuff. And I remember like this is when I used to get prime hate on TikTok because what actually made me blow up on TikTok was I made a day in the life about working in private equity. Obviously, we don't really look like brothers that would work in private equity. I remember I just used to wear Jordans to the office. I used to be calm in it because it was still like relaxed lockdown in it. But I'm just like unapologetically myself. So I remember like I made that day in the life. Bare people in the comments like, no, the fuck, you don't fucking work in private equity, bare hate. I'm pretty sure it was people from work. I swear, because sometimes they started getting specific. Like, they would, like, mention the name of my company, all that kind of stuff. So it got mad. Like I was just getting head, like my TikTok was just growing, like literally from that in it. But then what happened was because I was doing so much hours at work, I didn't have time to like focus on the content stuff anymore in it. So it was just getting too much. And then like my mentor was just like, I was literally checked out. I was like, nah, this is dumb. So I literally left. I was like, I'm gonna quit the private equity thing. But before I try and do something full time, let me see if I can get another job basically that pays me more money so I can chill for a bit and just like cool off to see like if there's like anything. So I got like some operations job in like asset management. I was getting paid hella peas. Yeah. But that job was even more dead. Like, but not even from the perspective of like our people. Like the job was easy. Yeah. Like it was too easy. Like I tell you what I was doing. I was outsourcing my work to Fiverr, bro. Like that's how easy. Because this was pre ChatGPT. So remember my manager gave me like a task to do. Literally, it's like some research task. Found someone on Fiverr, £35, got it delivered, sent me the report. The minute I started doing that, I was like, yeah, I need to leave this place kind of thing, innit? And that's when I was like, all right, cool. During this 6 months, I'm going to make sure that before the probation is up, I'm just going to be like, nah, I'm handing my notice. Because the thing is, I don't think corporate is that hard. I feel like I can pattern any job. So I was like, if I stay here, I know I'm going to pass probation. I'm just going to be stuck here. Because once they give me 6 figures, I'm not leaving, bro. I'm literally staying there. So I literally just, before I passed my probation, I literally just like handed in my notice. I just went to go figure out this entrepreneurship stuff, man. That's why I've been ever since. But yeah, that's why I left private equity. And then they were like, I remember like when I handed in my notice, the partner and the HR partner, they called me into the office. They were like, yeah, we saw your content online, this, that, and the third, They were trying to tell me to take it down. They were like, oh, you're breaching security. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? Like, the video is literally, it's just a white background. Like, no one can see your office. And I was like, you man's office is online. Like, we can all see the address. Do you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. They were trying to tell me to take it down. I just told them, yeah, respectfully, guys, I'm not going to do that, but keep your company in it. And yeah, but they're just, it's a bit of a sticky one. Yeah, it's a techie industry.
Interesting, because you said corporate isn't that difficult. So, in fact, no, there's 2 parts to my question. Because he said he was antisocial in the office. What are you like in the office?
I'm the opposite, bro. Because to me, it's just a game. And it's so funny because like even now that I work for myself, so I just recently moved into an office in it. And in the office, there are already people there kind of thing in it. And I can imagine because you said like you're antisocial, you probably go into the office, just manage your business, do your work kind of thing. But the way I am, I just feel like it's just important to kind of just cultivate an environment where it just doesn't feel awkward, innit? So literally today, I just went into the office, I was like, yo, I'm Steven, I'm new here, what do you do? To just kind of like get to know everyone. I'm dapping up the receptionist and and stuff like that. Because to me, it's just like, I feel like it just comes in handy at some point, some way, shape or form. You know what I'm trying to say? So for example, this office that I'm at now, I actually can't bring any guests. But I know that with the familiarity I have with the receptionist,
one day you
maybe one time I just be like, like Lou, can I do And I feel like in the corporate world, that's how I've kind of seen it as well, where like certain man will be getting promotion, but just because they're cool with the person that's handing off the promotion, not because they're necessarily good at the job. Like, bro, I remember the consulting firm I was working for, there were a lot of like people that were just like earning peas. And I'm thinking, how are you even doing this? Like, and it's just because, So I think once I kind of noticed that, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not really an antisocial person anyways. So it's like, to me, it was like, okay, I'm saying, okay, this is how the game is kind of thing. And it's like, I don't force it. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a beg. It's just like, I'm thinking if I'm here 80% of the time, I might as well just find a way to basically just tolerate these people in it. And the thing is like, more time you start talking to these people and you're like, actually, you're kind of cool. Like, you're actually not that bad. You know what I'm trying to say? And I made like some decent friends in a lot of the corporate companies I worked in kind of thing. And I think if I was to give anyone advice in the corporate world, if you're not going to be friends with anyone, be friends with like the receptionist. Yeah. Because they just have good chat. They will like bus you, give you meeting rooms, all that kind of stuff. And generally people are good. So that's the way I've kind of like seen it. So I feel like it makes work a bit easier, in my opinion.
Would you say doing the opposite, like being antisocial, would like hinder you in progressing in that certain in a company?
Yes and no. So in theory, it shouldn't. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You should just be able to put your head down and do your work. And 9 times out of 10, that's fine. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But then you have to understand that people will start to notice, especially if like your company, people around you are just like bare bubbly and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's the thing. I think the way I see it is that corporate it's a game. It's literally a game. Like it's not real. So it's like, that's why I try to like kind of like explain to people that you need to look at it as that. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. I just need to like shake hands with this person and smile with that person and feed that person's ego and, you know, maybe just show face in the drinks a little bit and because I know that would make it easier when I'm trying to negotiate a promotion or stuff like that. Yeah. So I would say it would be hindering if the environment you're in, all of them are naturally bubbly and then you just stick out like a sore thumb because you're the only one that's antisocial. Yeah. But if you're in an environment where like everyone's kind of just minding their own business, doing their own thing, maybe you're like a contractor. Bro, it doesn't matter if you're social, bro. Like you're a contractor, you're just getting there, getting your little check. No one even cares about you too tough, innit? But if you're in an environment where your manager's mad bubbly and stuff, and every time you're just like, nah, I'm not coming to the drinks. Nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, like,
they start talking.
They start talking. Sometimes they won't even talk because corporate is so passive aggressive that all of a sudden you just see that your colleague that started like 5 months after you already got a promotion and and got put on this project that you wanted to be put on and it's like they won't even say anything. You can't say anything because it's like, yeah, what? Like, do you know what I mean? But it's like it's the little undertones. But I think that's not what you want to be long term. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I feel like it's mad because if you're naturally an antisocial, if you're naturally reserved, and you see someone less qualified get a promotion even though they join the company after you, and you see that they're more likable, I feel like that's mad because then you might now feel like you have to go against your own principles to then leapfrog them in the promotions.
That's a good point. But then if you look at just life, broadly speaking, when is it not paid to be a likable person?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, in the context of somewhere where you're going to be spending 80% of your time, really and truly, the bag is the priority. So if it means I have to be a likable person just to get the bag, then that's what I'm going to do. And again, it's about not forcing it because I feel like when you're... I'll put it this way. When you're someone that's... The UK, what I've noticed in the UK specifically, and I'll give you guys a bit of context before I like land this, innit? I went to boarding school in Niger,
Okay.
for a bit. When I came to the UK had this energy of like, don't be a beg, like calm down, bro. You're doing too much. Niger's the opposite. Everyone's mad expressive. Everyone's just doing the most. You know our African parents. That's how we are in it. So it's like, it's inherent. So I say this to say like, I noticed that in the corporate world, a lot of people that like man them originally from the UK, it's like, I'm not trying to do the most, bro. That's doing too much. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's the way it comes across. But really and truly, it's like you have to think about like, am I really doing the most? I'm just striking up relationships and being calm. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Don't get twisted. There's some people that will overdo it. Do you know what I mean? And just like, okay, you're actually doing the most. But for the most part, I think because it's inherent in like UK culture, specifically like Black UK culture, to not do the most. When we go to the corporate world, it feels like, if we do anything, it's like chill out. Even we see it outside of the corporate world. The minute someone's trying to make content, bro, I'm sure you guys get it. You guys are making like doing a podcast and whatnot. Man. But it's like, what? Someone could say you guys are putting too much effort. You guys are doing it. Like, why are you guys reaching out to people and getting people to come on pods and asking them questions?
Yeah, it's true.
What you man do? But you guys want to do it because like this is gonna get you opportunities. It's gonna pay dividends in the long run. And I don't see it any different being in a work setting. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As long as you know you're not doing the most and your intention is like you're just being real to yourself. Yeah. Cool, you don't want to go to the drinks and go and like get yacked. But cool, I'll go there for 5 minutes, drink a little Diet Coke, say hi to Sadie, say hi to Sue, catch you man in a bit. Done kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I'll learn your name, do this, do that. Like just little subtle things, you know what I'm trying to say? I think it's just about doing that and understand that at the end of the day, you're staying true to yourself, but when is it not paid to be a likable person? In work, outside of work. It's calm, do you know what I mean?
Because you had a TikTok where you were talking about propaganda you're not falling for. And one of the points was Black people have to work 10 times harder to get to successful places. And I feel like the example you use where Black people feel like you're being a beggar in the office, they're kind of not helping themselves in that situation. Because I feel like if all you got to do is shake a few hands, make a few jokes, go to drinks a few times to be the likable person, then I feel like you're making it harder for yourself to then progress in. Yeah,
exactly. I think, so that point, I remember I made that video and it got like a bit of like backlash and stuff because I think a lot of people think I'm a coon and if I say stuff like that. I think when I say that point, I'm not negating the fact that we do have to work 10 times harder. I'm saying that I'm choosing to ignore that. And the reason why I'm choosing to ignore that is because inherently speaking, bro, whether it's now or whether 400 years later, the reality is that we're still going to be at a disadvantage as black people in a Western society. So to me, it's like, why the hell would I even just pay attention to that? It's like, that's always going to be there. We live in a white man's country.
Point blank.
That's going to be there regardless. So it's like, rather than like playing into it, I'm just going to be oblivious and act like this. But the thing is, I think initially, before I started blowing up on TikTok, I wouldn't have empathy for anyone that disagrees with me that's from this country, innit? Because I came from Nige.
Yeah.
So because I came from Nige, I didn't even understand the dynamics of like racism and da-da-da. I was like, what are you man talking about? Like this, I was like, this country's kind of lit. Like, what are we, what are we actually saying here? Do you know what I mean? And I had that mentality till like I went to uni, I didn't know about diversity, all these programs. I didn't know about that. I was just thinking, yeah, I'm just cutting through. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I don't really get it. But then I sat down and I was like, oh yeah, Stephen, the reason why you didn't get it is because you weren't really here for a certain period of time. Whereas a lot of us that lived here for a certain period of time, it's like, it's kind of ingrained in us to kind of like feel like we have to struggle kind of thing. I feel like the white man even contributes to it in a certain way where we're kind of indoctrinated to be like, yeah, we're at a disadvantage. But to me, that doesn't really serve anyone. To me, I'd rather just be delusional and act like, you know what, that doesn't really matter anyways, you know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like it served me well. And I feel like I say this to say, there's a lot of black successful people.
Yeah. And they ain't got two heads.
Hella black successful people. Bro, it's like, if we really wanted to get historical, yeah, if we were to go back into time and Martin Luther King and them man were just like, yeah, bro, like we can't really do this because we're at a disadvantage. All of us would not even be in certain scenarios that we're in. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think now we're more at an advantage than we'll ever be. So I think for me, I just try to ignore that narrative that, oh yeah, we struggle. Oh yeah, we're at a disadvantage. Yeah, we do, but that don't really apply to me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's the way I kind of like see it, to be honest. But some people don't like it, but you know.
I've always been like that. I don't like the whole, like, just how you worded it is perfect, isn't it? I don't put myself like that. Oh, right, we're at a disadvantage, so therefore I have to do X. No, I don't. Yeah. For me, I do what I can do. Yeah, I hate the victim. And I hate the victim. When I say that, like all of a sudden people are like, right, why are you making it seem like it's not existing?
It doesn't. But
no, you're not, because you're still saying it exists. You're just not identifying with it.
Not identifying, not trying to be associated with it. Yeah. I think it would be one thing if like there was no black people succeeding.
Yeah.
Then it would be like, you know what, raw. And even then, me, call it egotistical, a bit narcissistic. I just feel like if there's no one succeeding, I'm gonna be the first person. That's how I've always been. I've just always been like, you know what? I'll be the first black people. Like honestly, I'll tell you guys the reason why I even quit my job more than anything in it. So to give you guys a bit of context, what my company does is that we basically like help people like get corporate jobs in it, like help black people and like people from ethnic backgrounds get corporate jobs. I remember
beyond education.
Yeah, beyond education. I remember I started this year. Working in corporate, and I was just doing it with little Instagram page. Like before TikTok was a thing, I was just like literally making little Canva slides, showing people what I was doing, and it would basically just be like what I learned. I'm like teaching other people in it. I had so much of an ego that I was like, guys, this thing is easy. So you know what? I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Everyone's like, yeah, but it's still hard. I was like, fine, I'm gonna quit my job so I can show you guys like, you can actually do this kind of thing in it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Because to me, it's just like, I'm just not a fan of excuses. I just think like this world, there's so many opportunities that are abundant. And I feel like, especially living in the Western society, like we have a geographical lottery. Like we're literally lucky. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like in Nige, the stuff people are doing to like get money.
Yeah. To
me, being in this country and not even having a job, you're good. I promise you, you're here. Like, do you know what I mean? You're lit. So to me,
fortunate still.
I always see it like in my head, it's like, cool. If someone hasn't done it, I'm going to be the first person to do it then. But even so, there's so much evidence of like black people just killing it here. So who am I to come and be like, and feed into the victim narrative? Because I feel like what people want is they want you to validate their excuses, innit? So they're going to be like, yeah, I can't do this, I can't do that. And they want you to be like, oh yeah. And then that's what creates this depressive state in the UK. Yeah, we can't do it. Yeah, it's calm. Whereas in America, bro, your boy's music may be trash, hasn't made music in years. His boy's gonna be like, yeah, bro, like, you know, we got this, we're gonna blow, And then lo and behold, like 2 years later, they blow. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So to me, it's just like, you have to have a certain like energy of like delusional belief and just like ignore the whole, I'm a victim, there's so many reasons why I can't make it. And that's just what I think, to be honest. But yeah. How have you guys navigated like controversy of the pod and stuff? Because I feel like the way I kind of came across
our pod.
Yeah, the way I came across, so I've been seeing a couple clips here and there, but I remember like I saw one you did with Chizzo.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it was, but I just remember there was a lot of like backlash. And I always see your face a lot. I always see your face associated with backlash. How do you guys navigate that? Because I feel like me, I don't really care anymore. I'm not even on socials anymore too tough like that. I can't lie. But how do you guys navigate all of that?
I mean, I'll answer.
Yeah.
I mean, but do you know, it's like at first I really did care, and I can't even front. I cared. Like it would irritate me that people go for 1 minute clip and be like, "Raw, like, nah, he's not a waste man, but he's like he just chats shit or you don't know what he's talking about." And it got to me, like it irritated me at first. I was like, "Bro, watch the full thing. You know what I'm talking about." Then fast forward now, I really stopped caring. Like that's where I'm at now. So like even before the Chizzo thing. I really couldn't care less. I don't check the comments. The comments don't bother me. Like, say what you want, I don't care. If you want to watch the full thing, watch it. If you don't, it doesn't bother me. So then when the Chizzo situation happened, at first I looked at it as like, a lot of people my age don't do what he's saying we should do. So it's like, 90% of the people in the comments are probably not my age. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you guys don't even relate to what we're talking about right now. Then the second thing was like, the clip was a bit out of context. Like, it just wasn't clipped properly. Do you know what I mean? And that's, I don't really feel a type of way of how he clipped it.
Yeah, it's just,
do you know what I mean? Like, that's just social media. Like, he clipped what it needs to go do his job. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, in terms of dealing with controversy, I just got to a point where I just don't care. Like, even when it got sent around to auntie, I messaged my mom. I'm like,
what? It got that deep?
No, it got deep. It got really, really deep. That's my most viral clip that got like around. Like,
Chizzo's got reach, to be fair.
He got a big reach. So it's like, I was like, fairs, it's going round, but like, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, my parents know what it is. Do you know what I mean? My mom knows from the jump. Rent isn't something I will do, and she ain't doing that for me. Do you know what I mean? She's not charging me rent. So I'm fortunate in that sense. But like, my real qualms, if anyone wants to actually know, because I haven't really addressed it too much. Like, my real qualms was that he's asking guys our age and younger to pay 7 bills a month.
What, rent to live at home?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And to me, it's insanity. I'll be honest, it's insanity. Based on the fact that a lot of people that are working our age and younger are earning double that and just a bit more. Do you know what I mean? So to give that away to our parents is crazy. I said we should contribute an amount. Amount we gave, like we said on that pod, was around like 2 to 3 bills a month. Which I believe is fair.
I think it's reasonable. But
obviously people didn't see the full context. They just thought, he's not going to give his mum money, so therefore he's going to leave the yard with his that one the content. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I can't answer to people or deal with controversy when you don't have the full story.
Yeah.
So
I think people just love to chat as well, like, on social media and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, but you say, I like Apple, someone's going to be like, oh yeah, but what about oranges? It's like, people are just like...
We never spoke about oranges.
People are just weird like that. I think, the topic of like paying rent and living at home, because I'm in that situation, I'm going to move out soon, but... I think it just depends on the relationship you have with your parent as well. I think it's like really important, isn't it? Because I think naturally, a lot of people are being extorted because their parents have seen a lick. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like, I don't know about you guys as well, but I feel like even at one point, like, I had that dynamic with my mum, but you just have to nip it in the bud because African parents, man. Just, you know what I mean? That's just how they are, kind of thing, innit? But you just have to kind of like let them know, like, look, I'm jogging, I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do, like, work with me, and then before you know it, it's calm. But I feel like, some people are just being extorted and they don't even know it, and they tolerate you. I think with African parents specifically, if you tolerate certain things,
they'll run with it.
They'll just run with it, and then that's how you. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how you.
That's how everyone's buying yards. You're like, bro, how's everyone buying yards? Like,
do you know what I'm trying to say?
I was given this amount.
Next thing you know, you're sending money back home. Next thing you know, you're doing it, like, and it's just like you don't even know how you got here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think you just have to navigate your situation accordingly, but don't let them extort you. Because
do your parents know how much you earn?
That's a good question. See, when I was working in corporate, I think after my first salary, I think I got one more jump and I just learned to shut my mouth. So I think, so my first salary was just meaty, like 20 something, like, do you know what I mean? After that, I remember I got like my first big jump. I was like, I'm 30 something. I was like, I'm 30 something. You know, it was like, it was just like, you need to start paying. After the third jump, I said, it's so funny. Actually, one of my the way I even went viral, I think I literally made a video about this.
Your salary?
When I'm about to say how much I earn, I just literally need to shut my mouth. I remember I made a video about that and it went viral. That's when I was like, yeah, I need to shut up. Now, as an entrepreneur, I feel like I'm in a bit of a different season, and I feel like, if anything, my mum has a bit of empathy towards the season I'm in now. So now I'm really transparent with her just about everything I'm doing and stuff. She's actually like cheering me on. I tell her like when I sign a big deal, it's a bit more different now, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I feel like before, in corporate, it just seemed like the money was just
certainty.
Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? Whereas like now she knows when I grind and I signed a 20K deal, like she knows it was blood, sweat, and tears. So it's like she knows that, oh, actually,
it's more like she's happy for you.
Bro, even I remember like when I quit after like my first year and stuff, but she was telling me you don't need to contribute to the house no more. She was proper feeling sorry for me. I had to tell her this one. I was like, bro, I'm actually good, you know, like I'm actually great kind of. I'm actually in a good position. I feel like if anything, the struggles I probably go through with now, it's probably like mental. It's just like, yeah, it's just mental. And I was literally telling her today because she was like, I remember I was trying to like help my brother, like I was trying to give him money, and she's like, no, you don't have to. And I had to be like, nah, bro. I had to like flex, and I was like, nah, make money, like, you know what I mean? I need to let her know. But I was like, look, like what I'm going through is just a bit of a mental game kind of thing, innit? So I feel like now she has a bit more empathy. So now I'm telling her. But to be honest, might have to read it in again soon. But yeah, so I feel like
I'm completely like closed off with them. Like they've never known my salary.
Really?
Yeah, they've never known it.
They just know you're doing good.
They don't know. I mean, of course they know that, man.
They know. Yeah, man. Even they don't want to say too much.
Do you know what I mean? Like they would have an idea of right now, yeah, based on the situation I'm in, yeah. So they would know right now, but previously they wouldn't have a clue. They wouldn't have a clue at all.
I'm opposite. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What about you? Because obviously you said you were working for your dad for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So that plays into what I was gonna say. Now, I'm the opposite, especially with my dad. Like, he knows, even like right now, like he knows my situation. But I feel I'm in a unique situation because I feel like most people our age don't tell their parents what they earn because of how they're gonna get treated in terms of that being different. But I haven't seen any different treatment from my parents. I feel like,
fair play.
Which is cool. Like,
yeah, I think it just depends on the relationship you have, to be honest, more than anything.
I feel like you're more likely if you're. In fact, let me not speak for everyone, but I feel like with guys, you can tell another man.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, to be fair, because my dad never really cared. I didn't even feel like he never asked me. I never cared.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my mom tried to kick the tire or something. We like, As my dad, he's just like, bro, you're doing good, fine, great. Bro, don't even care. Like, too tough. Yeah, so that's a fair point, to be fair.
Plus, I think if I was to tell her, I'll tell both if I had to. So if my mom's watching, I'll tell both. But like my dad's actually told me like on a personal thing one time, or like, look at the contract I'm earning. One time we were going golf. You know what I mean? So he told me
you're going golf. You're like, okay, man.
Yeah, so he told me at the golf course. No, he likes golfing. I don't know what going.
What, he's Essex, man. Yeah?
No, that's it.
Hey, it's the same thing, man. The same way. He's Essex, man. Going golf. What's that about?
He goes golf. I just went with him one time. So I think on the course he must have told me, like, yeah, this is whatever he was earning. I'm like, okay, Fairs. He confided in me. So I'm like, okay, Fairs. I'll do the same thing one time if you ever asked, but you never asked. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my situation. Right now, I would never tell you one though. No.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost weird with it. Like I would, even my wife, I don't think I would tell.
I think again, the UK money has always been a bit of like a difficult one as well to kind of just like shed light on. I don't know. I feel like it's important, to be honest, to be transparent about like earnings and stuff like that, to be fair, because I feel like it really informs how people navigate this life and stuff. Yeah. I don't think you need to be really specific about what you're earning, but like give ranges and stuff, innit? Do you know what I mean? To like advise people, I think is really important.
Yeah.
But again, context is really important at the same time, to be honest.
Do you know, it's because it's interesting, he said that he doesn't tell anyone his salary. And I feel like that same culture has probably been cultivated in our whole group. I don't think we speak as a group about what we earn, but in our friendships outside of them, and like for me, example, some of my friends know how much I earn or how much I was earning back then. But that's just the relationship we have with me and him or me and her, for example. So it's different. Like we're different friends to different people. So I guess some people.
Yeah. I think it just it depends, to be honest. It's just
I don't know what he's talking about.
what you say?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Nah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
though.
also, so you tell other friends
You
and
told
yeah.
guys outside the GC what you
Yeah, but
earn.
it's,
Fair enough.
come on, it's for context. You see what I'm saying? Like, someone wants to get into tech, for example. Yeah, you can earn this
So
kind of
I feel
money.
like
You see what I'm
so I
saying?
think that's so that's the angle
Yeah.
that I feel like it's more relevant. I don't really just go and be telling man like, this is how much I earn just on some. Yeah, it's usually like context like, I'm trying to get into this. Like how much is it? I think that's what it really is, as opposed to like just flexing on people and stuff like that.
To be fair, my boy, I was at the gym yesterday. My boy actually asked me because I told him I got a new job or whatever. I was like, so what are you earning? I was like, what?
No, because for some people it's a straight up just normal conversation.
Yeah, it's just like, right, like, what's the bag saying?
Nah, I was like, nah, bro. They was like, nah, I'm your boy. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Fair play.
Nah.
And to be honest, I totally hear it. I feel like, to be honest, I even have like a thing where I'm a bit too transparent just in terms of everything I'm doing. But I guess because I think traditionally the reason why a lot of people say don't say how much you earn, evil eye, this, that, and the third. Me, I'm just on some like, I'm just cutting through. Like nothing's gonna happen to me. It's a bit naive sometimes, but that's just the way I see it. I just feel like what's meant for me is gonna be for me kind of thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I think I respect it. Like if you want to keep that close to your chest, it's like, because unless again it's in the context of like, bro, what do you earn? I'm trying to get into and even then you don't need to be specific. You can be like, I earn between like 50 to 60. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's up to you. Do you know what I mean? I don't really have to tell anyone how much you earn. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think it's probably more smarter that way. Do you know what I mean? So no one's counting your pockets. So
I can't it will never come out. Yeah. I'll be so honest.
People just see, they know, innit?
Yeah, like you'll just know that, bro, like he's buying this and that, or he's going there and there. Like then you'll know that, he's making good money. But other than that, nah, you'll never know.
Fair play.
Have you told anyone what you earn? Anyone?
Never.
Not a soul?
Never.
Never would, never.
No, like my mum always asked, even when I wasn't even working in like a real 9 to 5, even when I was working like warehouse days, she always ask how much I'm earning, but I never tell her. But I'll still help out. Like I will always help out, so she never really like. Once I started helping out around the house in terms of money and stuff, then the question stopped being asked. So you know she's already happy with what's happening. So, but I don't know. I just feel like it's personal, and maybe that's just the culture that we've been brought up in. Like, and now it's indoctrinated.
I have a story in it about a friend. Yeah. The story is about a friend. Yeah, it's about a friend. I just want to preface that by saying it's about a friend.
Yeah.
But I remember like back in the day, in school, a big way that people used to make money was with like, cards and scams and this, that, and the third, innit? And I remember this friend, he basically got into a little situation where like his card just got locked off, innit? Because the move didn't bang, innit? And back then, Monzo, all that stuff wasn't really a thing. So bro had to start getting paid into his mum's account.
Okay.
So his mum literally knew how much he's earning for a minute, and she just used to milk it. She was covering her overdraft with that stuff. Like it was dark. It was dark. Until one day he was just like, nah, bro, I want my 4 bags back. 4 bags. Nah. 4 bags.
I'm like that, bro. Begging my bread back.
He was like, nah, I want my 4 bags. Because it was dark. Like literally she had access to the bank. Like it's like it was her bank account. You know what I mean? So it was like it was just techie. And then eventually he just like, she just paid it over time, and then luckily Monzo became a thing, and then and this, that, and the third. But obviously, this is a friend, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
shout out to the friend.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Like, I don't think my friend will share it with me, but you got good friends, I guess. You got good friends.
That was really dark. I can't lie to you. I was gonna say, on the topic of money, something I've been really getting comfortable with, and it'll be great to kind of get you guys' take on this, is the concept of being a provider as a man, but within this society we're in, where girls are like really demanding it, where like girls are like, nah, if my man can't do this for me and and this, that, and the third, I'm not trying to hear it. How do you guys feel about that first? And I'll give my take as well. Cause
bro, first and foremost, women that speak how you just said they speak, I feel like in real life, a lot of them don't actually speak like that. A lot of them, when you actually deal with them, or the girls that we take in, I mean, let me speak for myself. The women I speak to, let me speak for myself. The women I speak to, they're more down to earth. Like, it's normal conversations that we're having. It's like, not necessarily 50-50, but they're not going to say anything crazy.
They're not irrational. They're not irrational.
You know what I mean? They're reasonable. They come from good homes. You know what I mean? There's good examples they can draw from, kind of thing. But I feel like I look at my parents as reference, as what I should be doing when I grow up. So for example, the example I have is my dad covers, you get me? lion's share of everything. So I'm thinking, okay, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up.
Nice.
So I don't really see how I can vary from that road. And I expect her to understand that, get me, I'm going to do this. This is what we're going to do. Because that's what my dad did for my mum. You see what I'm saying?
So would you be happy with her expecting that?
I think that's a good question.
Expectant is the wrong word and the wrong term. If I get the vibe that she's expectant, then she's wrong for that. Do you see my point? Because why are you expecting that?
I get you, but it's also like your dad covers everything. Was it a thing where like your mum wanted to contribute, or was it that she expected them? Like obviously traditional Nigerian man and stuff like that. It's like, was it a thing where
it's a thing where, okay, how can I shed light on this? If she contributes where
she wants
let me not say he allows her, but she puts in her side of things. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a thing where she's expecting this, that, and this, that to be paid for. He takes care of something, or most of the things, and she takes care of the rest of the things.
She wants to do.
So it's a teamwork, it's a partnership, for example. So it's the same way with the women that I'm dealing with. I take care of most of it. She can just do this, that, and the other, shopping, cleaning, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So yeah.
What's your take?
I feel like it's like with a like relationship, I feel like it's a teamwork thing. So it's a thing where if she's expecting me to cover everything on a financial side, it's like, okay, so what are you then gonna do? Type thing. Are you gonna be a stay-at-home mom? Are you gonna do what's the dynamic and stuff like that? But in terms of like her expecting that, I don't know. I feel like girls come across they don't come across in the right way when they say those sort of things.
It's the delivery.
Yeah, the delivery is
the delivery of the modern day girl is off. It's
Sometimes
city girls
off.
though. That's
Yeah.
why I think it's like really just corroded the delivery.
Yeah.
But nah, go on, land, bro.
No, I'm just, so like it's tough. It's tough to navigate when you hear a girl speak that way, and it's just like what are you gonna offer? What are you gonna bring to the table, type thing. But as a man, like I would want to provide like for my wife.
So that's what I think. The reason why I asked that question is because I think initially before, it just always used to rub me off the wrong way. Like I'd see the girls, the way they kind of like deliver it, and it's kind of like, it's just like, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to do all of that and da 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 da. But I remember sitting down one time and I was just like, yo, I know how I act with money when I have a girl, and I don't even have that much money, but I be tricking, like I be doing the most. So in my head, I was thinking, yo, Stephen, if you had all the money in the world and you really liked a girl,
You do,
and you had it like that, you wouldn't really care. And I think what I started to realize inherently is that as men, we're supposed to be providers, regardless. Like I actually think it's like that's actually our duty. Like point blank period, provide. We're literally supposed to figure it out. And the reason why I realized this is I was thinking, in life, as a man, if you don't make it, in life, like you don't objectively make it and you can't provide, the only person I'll probably care about you is like probably your mum.
Yeah.
I said pets.
Probably your mum. And like if that, like they'll be like, son, you tried. But more time, in the eyes of everyone else, you'll pay her. Whereas, do you know what a woman can do? She go find a man that has it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I started to realize that, maybe women should be expected of a guy to be a provider. It's just more so the delivery. But it's like, naturally, if our job literally on this earth is literally to provide for our family, point blank period, it's like, why wouldn't they be expectant? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, why wouldn't they be expectant about it? And what I started to realize, it's weird, it's so dark, because I promise you guys, I never used to think like this. But now I swear to God, that's the only thing that motivates me in life, to make money. In my head, I'm just thinking, it's not even just like for a girl, it's like my family. I have this imaginary family in my head.
Yeah, I'm here.
Every time I'm drinking, I'm like, because in an ideal world, bro, I want to make all the money in the world and my family's just chilling.
Yeah.
That's the ideal scenario. Yeah. And it's like, think about it. If you could actually have that,
what's the problem?
Like you'd be easy. You wouldn't care. You'd be calling. Do you know what you'd be doing? You'd be calling all the men that are complaining on TikTok doing 50-minute rants. You'd be calling them broke. Yeah. That's what you'd be doing. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? And I only realized that when I became like an entrepreneur and I was just going through the trenches and stuff, and like my brain was just being rewired to be like, like the ability of a man to make something out of nothing and just provide is really the epitome of like manhood, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's really interesting. Like I just wanted to get people's take on that.
That's why you see, quick, let me just say, that's why you see a lot of girls saying they're happy to be girls. No, facts though, because they don't want this hustle. They don't want this grind, bro. They don't want to do this.
And if you could really take them out of that, if you really had it, like you wouldn't care.
It's true.
The only reason why we're pressed sometimes is because we don't have it like that.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think I had to sit down and I really asked myself, I was like, right, like, why am I pressed about this? Like, if anything, my girl can flex and be like, oh, your man's got this, my man's got that, my man can take care of me, and it's like, yeah, that's me. I'm the man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In an ideal world, we can have it. But I think naturally, as men, we just have to figure out, we just have to jug and provide.
I would say that's my stance to it to an extent. Like, I've always said, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the breadwinner, I'm gonna pay for everything, blah 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 blah. Then like what I've seen is that a lot of people don't see that as reality. So they will now start saying things like, yeah, but that's not the real world where
and it's like it's like they're imposing
their fears or their doubt onto me. So then I start thinking like, nah, okay, cool, fair enough, it's a partnership, so therefore like let me just do like a 70-30, so she pays 30% of the bills, 70% of me. Then I started realizing that there's a lot of money to be made in this world. There's a lot of bread. Like people are making stupid.
Bro, people are
we had a guest on the episode hasn't come out yet, but he's talking about like he's making $250,000 deals. I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's our age talking about $250,000 deals, and I'm here talking about, am I gonna pay all the bills in the house?
Exactly.
It's a
mindset like when you're on that level, you don't even. You don't think about that stuff. It's not even that. It's like that's not
part of what I'm
like
thinking.
Your worries are I need to just go and make more money.
Yeah,
that's really what it is.
Yeah, so then that's where I see myself now. It's like I just need to jug, and the girls that are on TikTok talking about, I need a man that's gonna provide. You're not part of the selection.
You're not there.
You're not part of it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like once I find a girl once there's a girl that's deserving of X, Y, and Z, she'll get what she deserves. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. Right now, as you said, I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on the jug, getting to where I need to be. Because that's what will make me happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So once I get to that stage,
all of that will fall into place.
Yeah, everything else falls into place. So
So what differentiates from the girls that are on TikTok saying I want my man to have X, Y, and Z and the girl that you would pursue? Because if we're saying that it's right for girls to want a rich guy, like, so obviously the girl you pursue also wants a rich guy. Is it just like the delivery of like the girl?
I don't think it's right for girls to want a rich man. I think it's right for girls to find a good man.
Okay.
That's the difference I would say.
Okay.
So if her sole thing is, I need a man that's rich.
Yeah.
Just move. Like,
I agree. I don't know. Again,
agree.
I think it's delivery. I think it's just, I just want a man that can take care of me. I think that's really where it is, though, isn't it?
I hear that. That's the thing, and you should look for that. If I have a daughter tomorrow, I'll tell her, make sure the man can take care of you. Do you know what I mean? That's a requirement. But those that go online saying, I need a rich man, I need a da-da-da-da, you're just not the
I think it's just delivery. I think it's delivery. But I think, put it this way, if you were rich, you wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I think if you were rich, I think if you were rich, you wouldn't care. If you came across a girl that was like put together 10-10, good everything, and she just went and made a video saying, my criteria, my is that my man has to be and you are that criteria,
I wouldn't take it.
I don't know.
Do you know why we're saying that now?
Why?
Because we're not there yet.
I hear it.
That's a flag.
You know what it is? It's because we're not there yet. Because you see, the interesting thing about life is that as you move through different seasons, your worldview changes, and like the people you attract, everything just changes, innit? And I say this to say, I'm just saying this because I used to be like, I was just like, no. But as I'm just like progressing through these seasons, I'm just thinking, like I hate you, babe. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And it's I feel like it's like you just have to progress through those seasons. I feel like when you get there, it's just gonna be like, actually, that kind of makes sense. You wouldn't even care. Because like you said, the person worrying about the $250,000, he don't even care. That's not even his worry.
I agree and I disagree, because at the same time, as much as like that's a criteria for her, I feel like at the same time, there's just a way about going about this. Like you shouldn't be online talking about, or let me not say you shouldn't be, but like for me, I wouldn't want my woman online talking about, I need a 6-figure man or I need a 7-figure man. If he ain't making 6-7 figures, then I don't want it. Like for me, that just puts me off. And I get your argument that like you just ain't got the 6-7 figures, bro. So that's why you feel pressed. And I hear it because maybe I'm pressed.
I know when I hear that, I'm pressed. I'm just I
hear it, but like I don't know. I just feel like it comes with a bit of it's a bit distasteful.
I
don't really like the way you are. Like, and that's why even now, Like the girls that maybe aren't saying they want 6 figures, but they want like a rich man. They're just saying that in general. Just like anything in that realm of things, I just wouldn't take them serious now. Yeah, like you're just nah.
So the difference is just because they come online and say it. But what if they think it? What if that's their worldview? What if that's just like what they literally?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong
I
with
don't
it.
think there's anything wrong. Like it's like saying you want to be healthy in life. You don't have to say it. You know what I mean? Everyone knows you want to be a healthy person. Like those want a rich guy, they want a wealthy husband or like someone that's going to take care of them. But if you come out online saying my man has to do this, has to do that, and then it begs the question, okay, so what do you have to do? You know what I'm saying? It just becomes so toxic, and I just think like, and especially I don't know why you'd go after a girl that purely wants you for your money.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
see.
trying to build families.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you, let's say you're a successful businessman and a woman comes online talking about, I want a guy that can make 6-7 figures a month or a year, and you take her in because you think she's nice, yeah. God forbid you lose it all. Do you think she's staying around? Because I can tell you she's not.
Yeah, so I think the foundation of like the whole like, oh, I want a rich man is just provision though. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And if we're like going through the argument of like, you know, as a man, ultimately what it is that you have to provide, it's like she's not necessarily, and again, I can't speak for all these girls on TikTok that are saying what they're saying, but it's like she's not necessarily saying that raw, like, I just want your money. But it's like, it's a big criteria of like why you have to think. Obviously, when you guys get together and whatnot, you have to do all the G checks and the tire kicks to make sure that, you know, everything else is patterned. But it's like, more than anything, I think the reason why as men, sometimes like that winds us up the wrong way is because we're not where we need to be. And I'm only saying this like, not because I fundamentally agree with what you guys are saying, but I'm just saying, I feel like if we had it like that,
we would be less pressed.
yeah, we would be less
You'd be
pressed.
less pressed,
less
but
pressed.
you still wouldn't take her.
Yeah. But
I wouldn't.
like you're still just thinking, like, it's like,
But yeah, now let's talk about how we can actually make it. Do you know what I mean? So your business is what? Sorry.
So I run a marketing agency, innit?
Okay.
So what I essentially do is I basically advertise these companies' jobs on social media to like attract more people of color in it. Because a lot of the people they're trying to attract, like, let's just put it simply, a lot of black people don't know about these corporate roles. I don't know about the private equity firm that you work at, but the private equity firm I used to work for, I was the only black person there. So a lot of these corporates, they just don't really know how to reach
Into that.
people. And I think another thing as well that I kind of noticed more than anything is that not only do these corporates not know how to reach people, but a lot of like people from like ethnic backgrounds just don't even understand a lot of like what is even done in corporate, how to get in, where to start and all that kind of stuff. And the way it essentially started was that I was just making content on socials, kind of just talking about like my job, trying to help people with like little information I had and stuff like that, and like what I knew as I was progressing through my career. And I was just like getting a lot of like buzz and traction from like people like wanting to like find out and stuff like that. So I remember like when I decided that, you know, I'm gonna quit corporate and like focus full time on doing this, I was thinking, okay, cool, Stephen, what business can we make out of this? And to me, it was just like, okay, just advertise these companies' jobs on socials and then just get them to pay you. Like that was literally just the idea I had in my head. And I remember like for the 6 months whilst I was on probation in that asset management job, I was literally just reaching out to companies and just pitching anything I had. Like I was just getting them on the thing and I was like telling them, oh yeah, this is what I do, bare nose. And bro, I kid you not, I handed in my notice, I saved up 10K, handed in my notice, saved up 10K, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna live on this for 6 months. And I don't even know why 6 months, because bro, why was I spending 10K in 6 months? But anyways, I was like, I'm gonna live on this for 6 months and just figure out how to make a business. And on the last day of the year, I got my first client, which was LinkedIn. And they paid me like a bag to basically like make content for like their TikTok account. And then that's where it kind of like started, just making like career content. And then through that, I remember I reached out to my old employer. And I was like, yeah, like I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. I'm like, yeah, you guys are not on socials. I can advertise jobs. I could create an internship for you. They were like, yeah, pay me a bag too. And then slowly but surely, it started to evolve from just like using my TikTok content to now essentially what I do is like I manage the company's marketing budget. So I would go to them and be like, yo, this is how much you guys have as a marketing budget. And basically I would use that and manage it effectively to like run influencer campaigns and stuff like that to attract bare people to their jobs. So it's not just like me promoting on socials. That's one element of it, but it's essentially like cutting people in basically to promote all their jobs on socials so they can reach all the different people. So they might be like, yo, we're really struggling to get like female black talent into the organization. So then I'll look for like influencers or like people, career content creators are like female and work in the industry, get them to like make videos and stuff like that. And then like use paid ads to like market it and stuff like that. And basically just basically make their marketing budget stretch, and then get paid like a piece as well off the back of like all the work we're doing. And that's pretty much what I've been doing basically. And majority of my day is literally just spent like hunting companies down, like trying to like sign deals to manage their marketing budget. So literally today before I came, I had like 2 pitches, 3 pitches, and then I just signed like a new client today as well. So thank you. I appreciate it. So it was timely when you guys hit me up because I got bare jobs for the random now. So,
the reason why I asked that is because a lot of the time, a lot of like young people hit us up because we've all spoken about our different journeys into like corporate life. So, for example, I can speak for myself. I was fortunate enough that I only spent like a month looking for a job after university. So, and I feel like 1, it was God, obviously, but 2, it was the fact that the manager was black or mixed race. So he kind of took a liking to me. That's how I thought it was. So
I was gonna say, sorry. Do you know what it is as well? Though I feel like you strike me as someone that just has like undoubting belief in yourself.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? You genuinely feel like the way you come across to me from even just seeing you online, but even meeting you in person, it's like, why wouldn't I get the job?
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like that's how you are, no?
No, it is.
And I feel like a lot of people. Black people.
Why are you laughing though?
I could have sworn you've actually said that before. I'm so sure.
I've said it.
No, because I just feel like that's how because that's how I am.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like that's the energy you have to have, and I feel like a lot of us black people, it's like we act like we're begging to be in these places, but it's like we need to understand that, these men have a job, I have their skills. Like, why wouldn't they hire me? It's just literally just about articulating that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And and obviously, not to oversimplify it. Yes, the job market is tough. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But the way I see it, people are getting jobs. And the thing is, the reason why, like, I always say this from a place of, like, I always try to make people understand that I empathize that the job market is tough. But my company literally advertise jobs for a living. If the job market is tough, best believe I'm feeling that too. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like all the advice I'm giving you, I'm taking it myself. But it's like, okay, cool. So we say the job market is tough. So what next do we say? Oh yeah, so there's no jobs. Oh yeah, so we might as well not apply. Oh, so we might as well not get a job. You know what I'm trying to say? Bro, job market is tough, but people are still getting jobs. The economy is tough, but people are still making money. In COVID, bro, hella people are raking it in. So I say this to say, like, it's like, bro, there's opportunities out there, and it's about like believing that those opportunities are for you, and then just going out there and trying to find it. And obviously, like, you know, believing in like whatever system you, whatever religion you believe in, and like faith you believe in it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then going from there. But
because for me, I've had a lot of job interviews, but like I've really only got them through recruiters. So that's the main advice I always give to people that hit me up. I'm like, yo, like, just get on LinkedIn and search recruiters in the role you want. Because I've never got a job without a recruiter.
Interesting. Even from like as soon as you came out of uni?
Never. So
you weren't looking at like graduate schemes and all that kind of thing. You were just looking for straight jobs.
I didn't look for graduate schemes because I was... One, when I was applying for them, I'd never got through. Like, I never even met any.
I'm going to tell you guys a secret why, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not getting that, but yeah.
I never got through to any of them. And for me, I just took as, bro, okay, cool. You didn't go to like a select uni, like a top uni. I went to DMU. So I didn't go to a good uni, but I got a first class. So I was like, bro, like, okay, cool. Guys that got less grade than me are still getting these like interviews. And I was like, go on, like, what is it? So I was like, okay, cool. I put it to the fact that, maybe it's because I went DMU. So fair enough. Like, they don't want me. I was like, cool. So I put that off. I was like, yeah. Started hitting on recruiters, and they would just find like interviews for me. So I think like the first 2 interviews they sent me, I got the first job. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, this is a good hack. So I'll tell you guys the reason why you're probably not getting traction on graduate schemes specifically straight out of uni, innit? And this is something I only knew when I started like this business and I started working at these companies. A lot of these companies don't hire people straight out of uni onto grad schemes. They don't. Like, they literally don't. Only like, let's say, for example, they have like, for simplification purposes, they have 5 graduate jobs. They might only maybe take 1 fresh person. Yeah. What they typically do is they take people from their internships and roll them onto the grad scheme. Yeah. So the way it typically works is that they'll get you to apply to the internship first. Yeah. And then through the internship, if you do well, they basically roll them to the grad scheme. So 9 times out of 10, all those grad schemes they're advertising,
it's going to internship.
It's already gone. Now here's where the game gets dark. Unless you've been in their ecosystem from like first year of uni where you're doing the springs, the internships and stuff like that. And some sweats would even be doing it from secondary school. Yeah. Unless you've done all of that, you're just not getting onto that grad scheme.
Yeah.
It's a very hard pill to swallow. Even so much so that if you go to uni like DMU, and I can relate because I went to Northampton, but I didn't even know about all of this life.
You didn't know.
I literally did not know about this life at all. Do you know, I literally thought internships, obviously, I don't know if you man grew up watching Disney Channel. I thought internships was like the American, I'm an unpaid intern. I didn't know it was like an actual thing until I managed to get onto a grad scheme, but it was like for a company that it wasn't really competitive like that. They had a low-key grad scheme, so like no one really knew. So I managed to bag that. And I remember they were like, oh yeah, you guys are going to meet the interns. And I was like, oh, what? They do that here? And that's the first time I ever saw an intern in my graduate job. So I say this to say, I think what you did was actually clutch, where you said, you know what, I'm just going to go and get a job. A job in the corporate world. And I think that's the best advice anyone could take, kind of thing. These graduate schemes, you're not going to get on unless you're in the ecosystem. You can apply for the internships, which I think you should still try and put your best foot forward, especially if you're early on. But 9 times out of 10, bro, just think, I just need to get into the corporate world. That's the main thing. I just need to get my foot in the door. So that's the main reason why like a lot of people don't end up patterning like a lot of these grad schemes and stuff. And it's so funny you're talking, bro, because you literally remind me of like how I was when I went to uni and stuff, innit? Because that was literally the mindset I had. And I think, recruiters are like an underrated gem.
No,
to be honest,
I think they're the best thing that's happened to me, I'll be honest, because
yeah.
I don't think I've ever got an interview from just an application, I'll be honest. And I don't, in fact, maybe one. And I didn't even get that job. But then again, it was a different whole different thing. I was going into data analysis work and I'm in finance. So
you see, with interviews, have you not ever come across a question that's just thrown you off completely?
I don't know. I'm good with working on
your feet.
My feet, like
I had a question that was it was just weird, bro. They asked me if you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
Yeah.
But you know what's, but it's so funny, but I'm actually good at my feet. But if you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
And there's a right answer, isn't there?
No, there's really, it's just to see what you say. It's just to see what you say.
As in, like, how would I answer in an interview?
Yeah, now you're on the clock now, mate. Like,
I'll just say lion. Safe bet.
Yeah, so go on, give me an explanation. Why would you be a lion?
Bro.
Nah, it's weird.
What kind of question is that?
When I answer this, I swear I don't know how.
You don't know what you said,
I literally don't know how I brought it. I still remember what I said though. I don't know how I brought this out of my ass, bro.
What did you say?
I literally said I'll be an ant because ants are really hardworking and they're like teamwork and stuff like that. I don't know where.
When you're in the moment, like for like flow state, you just come.
So that's what I think it is. I literally think they asked you that question. It's a dumb question. It's not a question, but they're just like, what's my man gonna say? And I don't know how I pulled that.
There is though.
I didn't get the job though, by the way. But I didn't know.
That irritates you. You actually you're putting it out.
I didn't get the job.
You're doing everything you need to do. You're even coming up with
we don't need ants here, bro. There's no ants here.
I'll be honest, I knew you was gonna say lion or someone was gonna say lion. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, let me think of something that's not lion.
Yeah.
And then
I remember when I said that, I was like, raw.
Yeah.
I don't know how that came, because I think for me, like, I'm a good yapper, so I just know how to like just make something out of nothing. But I think that question.
I can yap in interviews, but like in real life in the office, I'm not yapping. I'll be honest.
Really?
I'm so bad. I know I'm bad.
You don't like that small talk and stuff.
I hate it.
I feel like small talk, because you know what, bro. You know when you leave the corporate world and stuff, whatever you do, I think bro said you do events, innit? Yeah.
No, I don't. I do photography.
Photography. Yeah. Okay. I might have to take your contact details after, because you actually have like jobs and stuff like that. But
events is like
fair.
Like I do it, but like I'm more of a photographer than an events person. So
really?
Yeah.
Just say you do both, bruv.
I do photography.
Really? Okay. I'd say that's not shout you, but I feel like just being able to conversate is really what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, bro, today, like I told you, I was in this office now, and I just moved and stuff. There's this woman, she's sitting opposite to me. She's a white woman. I know we have nothing in common, but it's like, I'm thinking I'm gonna see you every day now. I might as well. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really like it too, but I felt like I needed to like just get used to that. Do you know what I mean? Striked up a conversation for like 5 minutes. I found out what she does actually quite interesting. We're like chopping up, and now there's that familiarity. And I feel like, bro, when you progress in life, when you end up being an entrepreneur, you're signing all these deals, bro, they want you to, you gotta You gotta do the little, you know, hi, how are you? Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, it's not even, again, it's not really a geminate thing. It's just more so like like closed mouths don't get fed. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, because next thing you know, everyone's all chatting, you're quiet. What's wrong with my man?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's just in the corporate environment that it's just like, I don't know what to actually say to you guys.
I think it's because you have to keep it like, I don't want to say PG. Like, it's just not the way you talk outside of work.
Nah, you don't. You don't. You're over. I swear to God, you're overthinking it. That's the thing. It's literally just like, and you know what it is? It's because you feel like it's awkward.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just not like, it's like, bro, we're all just here talking.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, it's just
We're
because everywhere else I can talk.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Say, like, you've made it up in your head, because I could have easily just made this awkward. I literally don't know you guys.
Yeah,
but it's like, I'm just talking because.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's because that's what we're doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like you just have to think about it in that lens. But because I feel like before I went into the corporate world, I had this perception. Yeah, I feel what changed my worldview. I had this perception that everyone was like stush and everyone was like mad professional. But I remember the first job I worked for, I was like, this is the corporate. I was like, this is a company that's making like, I think for me it was like, wait, hold on. I'm working with this company that's supposedly making billions. I'm seeing the people I'm working with on a day-to-day basis. Ain't no flipping way, bro. This is actually this is a joke thing. Like, this is funny. Like, this is just funny to me. Like, this can't be it. So I think that just flipped the switch in my head that, like, you man are actually just all normal. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? My second job though, it was a bit of an adjustment, because I was like, okay, right, like we're actually making money, and it's like, this is really serious. But I remember my manager, she came to me. It was crazy. I was working in consulting, yeah, and I was in charge of like reporting accounts for one of my clients. Basically, I was trading like a bunch of money in it to regulators, yeah, and basically I had to notify the regulators every time they traded a certain amount, or like I've forgotten what it was, but basically send reports every time they made money in it. And I forgot to do it one time in it, and not doing it because like they're trading like on the markets. Once the markets close, it's like if you don't report that trade, it's like it's a breach in it, and they could lose hella money. I remember I'm panicking, bro. I'm panicking. My manager's like, Stephen, calm down. We're not saving lives. She was like, people lose money every day, Stephen. She was like, this is the business. When she said that, yeah, my worldview like flips, because she was like, bro, like, chill. Like what we're doing here is actually not even that important in the grand scheme of things. Clients all belling me off. He's all mad and stuff. She's like, Stephen, don't pick up the phone. She was like, you can say you're dealing with it, because what are you doing, Stephen? That's what you're doing. You're dealing with it. So when she said that, I started to realize that, oh, like, a lot of this stuff in corporate is not that deep. And guess what? Bro, we're out for drinks, we're all joking about, oh, remember that time when I almost lost the client money? Like, like, do you know what I mean? So more time, like, all of this stuff is only awkward in our head. In reality, it's just like, oh, you know, we're just talking to people, we're just doing stuff. We're not saving lives. We're really not, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I think, the small talk thing is just like, just learn to do it, and do it even when it feels uncomfortable. Just like do it again and again. Because that's what you guys are doing here.
Yeah.
You're literally doing that.
I think it's a bit different though, because we're actually friends outside of the podcast though. So that's what we like.
But then you don't know, but you don't know the people that you're bringing to the bringing to the pod.
Oh, you're talking about guests. All right. Okay,
you don't know them either. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
True.
I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just not the same.
It's in your head.
Because we're here to talk, innit?
We're here to talk. So it's like, you don't want to talk, it's like, fine, don't talk. Like, we're still gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, in the office, like, don't get me wrong, I can small talk. I would just rather not.
Yeah. Because you're not enjoying the conversation.
I'm just not enjoying the conversations. Like, what did you do this weekend? What? You were planting your flowers? Oh, what?
You know what I'm saying?
It's just not me, and it's like, it gets worse. Like, I don't even know what to say next. Like,
but that's what,
I hate those positions.
But I swear to God, it's an art. You have to it's an art. You have to, because you know what it is as well. You see, in those moments when you don't know what to say, you have to figure out how to exit. So there's subtle things you do, like say for example, like you can like slowly start walking away. Or like I'd usually or like close my book, like little things to like indicate that, okay, I'm trying to dead the convo now. The thing is, it's interesting when you're about to do that, they might bring something up, so then okay, cool, that resparks the conversation again. So it's like there's all these little things, but it's like you only get that nuance through that practicing again and again and again.
Do you code switch? Do you code switch in the office?
Or I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm actually unapologetically myself to my own detriment sometimes. It's actually a bit too. Like, I feel like, you know, my first job in corporate, but I used to film my manager on Snapchat.
Oh wow!
I swear I wish I was joking. I was like, my first job in corporate. I don't know how.
No, let me not lie. I was the same.
I don't know what I was on.
My very first job though.
I actually don't know what I was like, bro. My manager used to be like, Stephen, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm like, guys, look, Wayne doesn't. I wish I still had my Snapchat. I have all these videos, literally camera in face. Like we have a meeting, bro. I'm like, Wayne, look, madtism, bro. Like just crazy.
Was it a man or a woman?
A man. But I used to do it to everyone. It's like in the
If it was a woman,
office.
would you have done it though?
In the office though, like there was like bare people, there was women on my team and everything. But it's like, and guess what? Everyone just started to know. Steven's the one that's always on Snapchat.
Right.
On LinkedIn, I'm not. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I used to use LinkedIn like Instagram. So I used to like post. I'd post stuff like in the office. I remember like the executive, like the chief risk officer of the company. He literally came to me and he was like, Steven, you can't post online and say you have drip in the thing. Like, you can't do that, Steven. I swear to God, I'm going to send you guys these videos after on LinkedIn. And I just used to do that because in my head, I was like, I'm here like 8% of the time. It's like, you know what I mean? And like, I never got in trouble. They just ended up being like, that's Steven. And obviously, I'm not, obviously, in a big board meeting, I'm not going to do that. But like in the context of like my team and stuff, I'm just trying to enjoy myself like here, do you know what I'm trying to say? And it was like, that was just like what I was on. So I feel like to my own detriment sometimes, but I feel like there's code switching and there's being professional. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like what I've always done at work is like just maintain my professionalism and just get the work done. You know what I'm trying to say? And then I know when, okay, cool, like I can just be myself and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But I think code switching is just, to me, like the way I am here is the same way I would be like if I'm at work and whatnot.
Yeah.
The English might be a little bit polished and whatnot, and I wouldn't really say man them this and man them that.
Yeah.
And that, to me, I don't think that's code switching. I just think it's just reading the room, bro, and just like adjusting accordingly. Mainly because they might not really understand the way I talk. And sometimes if I just want to be extra, if I've got really comfortable with you, I might throw that little sign there. That's even another thing for us to small talk on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think that's just me. But again, you have to do what's authentic to you, because again, I don't imagine that would work for you, because you're just thinking I don't really want to do that. Whereas like me, I think another thing is I actually liked my job as well at one point. So it's like, to me, I'm here, I like it, I like all of you guys, it's lit, you know what I mean? So it's just...
That's never been me.
Yes.
Never been me. I've never liked my job, I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my place just looking at you right now like, bro, like...
Bro, who did they employ? Because in that interview, I was a different guy. Do you know what I mean? In the interview, I'm like, yo, I really want this job. Like I'm the guy for it. But then when I'm here, it's like, bro, this place... Bro, not this place, but like, what am I doing, bro? This is just crap. Like,
that's how I
never
felt.
liked any
That's how
job
I felt
work.
my last job.
In terms of like the work I'm doing. The only jobs where it's like I've liked the people was my first job. Like, I like them because like they're just cool people. Like my second job, don't get me wrong, I like the people, but it's like I didn't have anything in common with a few people. I only spoke with like honestly like 3 or 4 people. Like at lunch, I'm by myself. Really, every lunch session, I'm by myself. But then there was a point where I used to be with like a group of people. Then like small, everyone started leaving. Then after that, like I'll just speak to 1 or 2 people here and there, and then I was by myself.
I feel like when it changed for me was when I started to find interest outside of work. Because I feel like for me anyways, and look, I'm not even an uncle now, I'm just gonna say my age. I'm 28, yeah. Okay. So but when I how old you guys think I was?
I thought you were like 25, bro.
No, 28.
I knew you're older than us.
I knew he was older
Yeah,
than us.
28.
25 is older than us, though.
No, he's not a year older than us.
No, I'm 28.
Yeah.
But when I'm saying this to say that when I graduated, this entrepreneurship stuff, like TikTok, all this, it wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, like, I was making YouTube content, but that to me was not even, in my head, I was like, corporate is the way. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to and this, that, and the third. It wasn't until I started this Beyond Education thing, just making content. And I was like, rah, there's actually more to life than But up until then, bro, I'm not going to lie. I was like, what other choice do I have than to like not like my job? And luckily I found one that I did like. But then when outside interest started creeping in, all of a sudden I was like, I don't really know anymore. So I feel like the day and age that you guys are in now, there's so much more to life than work.
Yeah.
That it's like, it's just like, why would I be in work? But I also say this to say, it can be a bit tricky sometimes, because sometimes a lot of people think that all the stuff that like there is outside of work, it's like easily attainable. So like in this day and age, everybody thinks you can just be a content creator and like make a living like forever and when it's like these things are rare. Like a lot of this stuff are like top 1% stuff. It's not as easy as people make it seem. So I'm trying to say, even this entrepreneurship thing, doing it full time, my God, guys, like this shit is like it's hard work. Do you know what I mean? It can be done, but it's like it's not. I don't think a lot of people are cut out for it, and I think sometimes a lot of people just need to like
find out.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like just really kind of like deep that, or just like cherish the moment that they're in, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
But you see, with your age now, it's good that you mentioned it, because let's say now, just moving on to something completely different. I just thought of this right now.
Yeah,
because like you see with your age and how you said you live at home. How do you find like the dating scene in terms of that? Like, is that an issue?
That's a really good question, because I've never really struggled with like dating and whatnot. With that dynamic, I feel like if anything, I've always unapologetically just been myself, not only in work but in the context of like who I am as a person. And I feel like if anything, like I've attracted more girls that way. I think people like that and stuff like that. I think the problem is me though, because as I started getting to this age, I started to be cognizant of like where I am and all the things I want and stuff like that. So I think if anything, it probably bothers me more than anything that I'm like living at home and stuff like that, as opposed to like what the girls think. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, don't know about you guys, but when a girl likes you, she likes you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, especially if you find like a real one, do you know what I'm trying to say? She just likes you for you, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And not who you like, not what you have to do. You know what I'm trying to say?
Sounding like the song there.
Nah, there's no one there. I actually just went through a
Nice, man. Nice.
like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I say this, I've never really struggled with that. But like, I think in my head, I'm just like cognizant of raw, like, you know, I need to get a move on now and and this, that, and the thirds. But yeah, navigating dating, it's never been that deep, because I feel like as well, when you're like an ambitious person, a lot of girls I found really buy into the ambition, because for some reason they just feel like you're gonna make it regardless, and they just like hold on to it. It's almost as if they're making an early investment.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna lock this one in. It's gonna be big. And you know what? It's so interesting, because like the way that's affected me as I've progressed into entrepreneurship versus when I was working in corporate has been quite different. When I was working in corporate, I'm very confident that this dip that they're buying is going to yield like a very, very good investment.
100.
Because in the corporate world, again, I feel like, bro, as long as you have like a nice little black book of recruiters, you're good at your job. It's like, it's inevitable that you're going to be good. I remember like before I even left corporate, the last place I interviewed for was JP Morgan.
Okay.
That job would have easily like put me on like 6 figures. Didn't get it. But I say this to say like the path was so clear. So like whenever they're buying into the dip, I'm like, yeah, bro, when I went into entrepreneurship, they're buying into the dip, but bro, sometimes I'm thinking, yo, this
You don't know
dip,
what this is
Different
going.
still, yeah.
I don't know what this dip is. So it's like, it really messes with your mental, so much so that it really affects like how you approach dating, where you're like, you're doubting yourself. So it's like, the girls ain't even worried, like they're like believing in you, and you're just here like,
Damn, what am I
thinking,
doing?
yeah, like what
Like
the hell am I
imposter
doing?
syndrome or something.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You're just like contemplating your whole life, like going through it and stuff. And it gets to the point where like, you don't start to believe in the potential anymore. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm telling you guys, like, not to make this a therapy session about like me doing entrepreneurship and stuff, because honestly, I'm actually good. Like, I'm actually in a good position. And it's like, it's more so like the mental. It's like, how do you get back-to-back rejections and still run the business and still be calm that everything's going to work out? Or how do you like implement a marketing strategy for a client and it totally flopped? And it's like, you have to be confident that, oh yeah, it's going to work, or like sell that again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's deeper than the money in your bank account. It's like mentally, you have to like be so resilient again and again and again and again. And more than anything, I think what this entrepreneurship stuff really taught me is like this radical accountability. It's literally just you, bro. It's literally just you. So when you're dealing with all of that mentally, it's very hard to kind of like put your best foot forward in like dating and stuff, because there's so many like complexities that you're navigating about yourself. So yeah, long-winded answer of saying it doesn't really matter like in the context of dating girls, but I think it's more so just about like me as a person and where I'm at. But more than anything, it's like now I'm just like, okay, fuck it. Like, it's just me. I got to figure out, like, you know, to get a move on in my life and do what I need to do and and this, that, and the third. And that's just like what I'm doing now. So, yeah. But yeah, the date, we just went for a madness. So yeah. I'm just moving on from that. But, yeah.
So is it like a thing where like, in terms of staying on dating, like, could you have brought people like home?
Yeah, so yeah, I think so. Context, it's just me and my mum.
Yeah.
And like my sisters, in it. My mum's always been like lax. and just calm. I feel like mums and their sons.
They actually like that.
Yeah, like they never care. That's why like sometimes I feel sorry for girls because they think if they see my mum, oh my god,
it don't mean a damn thing for some girls. Like you're actually.
this my mum. What are you gonna?
Yeah, what are you gonna say, bro?
No. I've run it, like my mum is my friend, not yours. I've run it.
That's true. That's true.
Like being does my mum like? I'm like, mum. I'll literally be like, my mum actually doesn't care. Like not in a rude way, but it's like she doesn't really even know you are. So yeah, that's never really been that deep. But I've been getting a bit again. I think I'm getting more hyper aware though. That it's like I don't really So that's why like I moved into an office because I was just, I don't even want to be at home no more too tough. Like, I just don't. This is just like, do you know what I mean? I'm starting to get proper aware of the fact that I'm actually growing up, and it's like this is not really for me anymore, kind of thing, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, bringing up has never really been a that thing. I think it's actually calm, to be honest, but I think it's more so the relationship you have with your parents and stuff. Because I know some people, it's just like
can't do that.
Yeah, they can't really navigate.
Is there pressure from like mum or aunties and uncles for like settling down?
So yeah, it's really weird because that's something I'm really navigating at the moment. I have to tell my mom like, "What are you on?" Like, because she's proper like, "Oh, grandkids." Da, 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 da. Before it used to be a joke, but now it's like I'm proper like she's proper being serious.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Okay, I'm first son in it, and I remember the last thing I was in. I remember I was just telling her like what I was feeling. I was like, "Oh, like I'm not really sure if I want to do this." Da, da, da. And she just G-checked me and said, "Nah." You need to look in, you need to da. And it's weird because I don't really know how to navigate that. It's just like, because in my head, I'm like, can you not see what I'm doing? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Can you not see that this is like, I'm in a different season now? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I can't really do that. And I remember like the time when I knew that there was actually pressure and it was real, that my dad G-checked me about it. My dad doesn't really care about a lot of stuff, but he was like, "Oh, your cousin just got married. When are you going to get married?" I was like, "But married?" I was like, married? Like, he's talking about married, Dad. I can't keep a girl right now. I'm talking about married, Dad. I was just like, that was just weird to me. So I think the pressure's mad odd, but I don't know. Like,
I feel like parents, they get to a certain stage in life where they just believe it's time for grandkids. I don't know if it's like, maybe they think their kid is 26, stable. Okay, where's the woman? Where's the kids? Yeah, I feel like that's how it is.
Or no, I think it's like once they hit the 50 threshold, you know.
Something.
I don't think they even care. I don't even think they even care if you're It's just like, I'm 50. Where's my grandkids, bro? Yeah. Like, what's going on here? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because every time now, like, majority of like literally. So I barely see my mum now that I'm in the office, innit? And I can't lie, I've been living in the office. It's got a shower and everything, bro. So that's literally what I do, innit? So I literally messaged the group chat the other day and said, yeah, like I'm moving into the office to become a millionaire, like straight up. Like so but I barely see her, but every time I see her, she's always like, "Oh, so you're talking to any girl now?" Like that's all she asks me all the time. I was like, "Bro, I just told you that me and someone just ended like 2 weeks ago." But that's all she asks. So it's like, but I don't know, I feel like as a guy, I'm not really worried about that because we don't really have like a biological clock. So it's like, to me, it's like, to me, it's not, I'm not really worried about that too tough. I'm just like, okay, cool. I just need to figure out how to provide abundantly for myself first and then do that for my family. Once I do that, like, the land will get surveyed and whatever like comes of it will come of it. And I think, I say this in a very I say this in a very like respectful. Like getting girls has never really been the issue in my opinion. Like it's just like I feel that about every opportunity. It's abundant. I'm trying to say you just have to be the person that attracts that. That's the way I kind of see it. Anyways, how do you guys navigate all of that though?
There's not much pressure for the serious stuff. For me personally, but I don't know why, bro. I don't know why he's laughing, bro. Is there pressure for you?
I'm sorry. No.
What about you, bro?
Nah.
So yeah, I mean, like, I don't think we're there yet. Maybe in like the next 4 years.
I think there's pressure from my grandparents.
Yeah.
Really?
My grandma likes
Interesting.
my grandma likes to say, "Oh yeah, like, well, no, you're gonna get married and but I think her thing is life. She wants to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, bro, like, is it me or is this like an uptake of weddings and just like people getting married at very young ages too?
I'm a wedding photographer and the last 2 weddings they were like 26.
Bro, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I'm my cousin 24, 25. Like, I'm literally going to a wedding next week, 25. I'm like, how, who?
I don't know.
I feel like
Where?
I've heard that pastors are encouraging younger couples to settle down earlier.
I also think, yeah, this is gonna sound dark, yeah, or like you guys might feel sorry for me, but I can imagine so much things in my life that vividly will happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's inevitable that I'm gonna be wealthy. It's inevitable that I'm gonna have a good business. It's inevitable that I'm gonna do great in life. The thought of like loving someone so much that I'm gonna get down on one knee and be like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, will you marry me? I just like, I can't, my head I can't wrap my head around that. And the reason why I say that is because I'm thinking, like, whenever I see someone I know get married, I'm thinking, you must really love them. And the time I realized that was on my best friend, he got married. Me and my best friend, we quit our jobs at the same time. Met this girl 8 months in a gym, and he was like, yeah, bro, I had to do it. But I'm like, we both quit.
We had to do what?
He has to marry her.
Whoa.
He has to marry her. He was like, yeah, Stephen, it's like, bro, and it's like the way it happened was so mad, innit? Because like, again, I've known this guy like since I was in year 10 and stuff. Not really a sociable guy, just like, just does his own thing kind of thing, just chilling, just goes gym, like just henching it.
Yeah.
Then I remember like the way he did it was so funny. He called me. He's like, yeah, bro, do you want to be my best man? I'm like, what? Like, I'm thinking, bro, it's joking. I'm thinking, bro, we just quit our jobs. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? He's like, yeah, you want to be my best man? He's like, yeah, like, I proposed. I'm like, I didn't even know you had a girl, bro. I literally see on Instagram picture proposal. Like, I'm like, what? And then that's when I was like, I was starting to think like, you must really like this person to be like, fuck it. I just quit my job. I'm not really stable like that, but you know what? I'm not gonna meet someone like you again. So you know what? I'm gonna just propose. So to me, that's what. So it's not because I can't fall in love, but it's like to me, I'm just thinking, like, what must take you to that point where you're like, yeah, guys, I gotta leave the game quickly and just like take this one because I don't know. That's what I'm like, So that's why I'm very surprised when I see young people get married because I'm like, you must really like this person.
I had those same thoughts when I was about 19, 20, I think. Like first year uni, second year uni. I was like, bro, like you spend every day with this person, like relationship. Swear down.
Bro, who do you want to spend it with? Like,
what, bro?
No, the reason why I'm screaming is because I feel like he's shading me, bro.
No. That's why I'm laughing. I wasn't even
We
shading
live together.
Yeah, we live together, but that's it's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with that.
Well, you guys live together?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But I was like, how? But I was happy for him though, because like that was he was doing his thing. I was trying to get my head around like you. I'm like, bro, really? Now I'm changed.
I think for me, I feel like that's inevitable. I think it's more so like the fact of even thinking that level of commitment. Like it's like, how do you even get there?
Yeah.
To the point where you're just like mentally, you know what? Yeah. That to me is why I can't wrap my head around.
I thought maybe it's like you just haven't met a person to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like people are lucky to meet the people young that have been like, yeah, like you're it. You know what I mean? Whereas like others just ain't met them yet. So I know marriage is a big thing though, I think.
That's what I'm thinking.
Marriage is a big thing, so
that's what I'm like, I'm just so like everyone's just young, and to me it's just like also I think I'm gonna start declining coming to weddings because I also think it's just like it's very, very spenny when you're like a groomsman or stuff like that. It's just it's just a lot, and it's like you feel like you're planning a wedding yourself.
Yeah.
It gets tiring sometimes, to be honest. So yeah, it's just like
I haven't got to that stage of being a groomsman yet.
Really?
Yeah, no one's
I was the best man for my boys, and then now I'm a groomsman for like one of my other boys, and it's just like there's just so much to take into consideration. And bro, one of my boys also invited me to an international wedding.
It's a lot of money.
It's just a lot. And it's like, these are significant milestones to these people, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you kind of
have to be there
in some way, shape or form. But yeah.
You know what's interesting? We had a conversation in the group chat a couple of months ago, and it was surrounding a topic about, it was about mandem coming to other mandem's weddings, and would you feel a type of way if one of your boys didn't come to your wedding? And I think you were saying that Like if one of the men doesn't come to your wedding, like we're not cool after that, or like
there's
the
no
angle
excuse.
changes after that.
There's
And
no
I agree
excuse
with
unless
that.
there's like
I don't think there's an
life or
excuse.
death
I can't lie to you.
situation sort of thing.
But then again, we're close though. We've been friends for a long time.
I think there just has to be a valid reason, yeah. But at the same time, depends on the level of relationship you have with that person, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like my best friends, like, you know, that people that I consider to be my best friends, like, brother, we're gonna find a way for you to be at this wedding, bro.
Exactly.
Like we'll find a way for you to be at this wedding. But then you have friends that are just like acquaintance, like not even like more than acquaintance, but they're like, you know, they're friends kind of thing. But it's like, to me, it's like, if you don't come, it's no comes. But like my best, like my friends, it's like, bro, like we'll figure some shit out.
Exactly.
Like I'll try and move the date around so we can actually accommodate. Like that's how much, like, you know, I'm trying to like figure that out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And that's what the situation was like. The GC's like, basically you lot, like our groomsmen, or a lot of the groomsmen, do you know what I mean? For example, let's say it was my wedding. A lot of them are the groomsmen. So it's like, if you can't make my wedding, it's like, and your excuse is something like money. I don't respect that. I don't respect that.
Interesting.
Especially around the time, and this is why I say
that one's a bit interesting.
I'm delusional. So
I didn't see that one coming.
So I see it as like, by the time I'm trying to get married, I always used to say like 30, 35. That's the range I've always given. If we're not where we want to be by that age, it's like, nah, bro, you can't tell me money's the reason why you can't come to my wedding next year. Especially it being the fact that I've given you a year's notice.
That's dark. I mean, okay.
No, it's dark though. It's dark, but
I don't think that is dark though.
I think that's dark. So I think
a year's notice, bro.
So, but okay. So that's the thing though. Like I think, again, this is why I feel like the reason has to be valid and stuff. So it's like for me, yes, I'd want my best friends to be at my wedding and this, that, and the third. But, and this is just me, I don't feel like a level of entitlement because it's like, to me, it's like shit happens, you got your life, da 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 da. So it's like, if you genuinely sit down and tell me, bro, yeah, I know you give me a year notice, but brother, I'm in debt, I got this, I got that. It's like, bro, what am I supposed to, what can I tell you? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I hear that, and that's why I say I'm not in reality sometimes.
Yeah, no, and
so I don't envision that.
Yeah, no, and I totally get it, and I don't think my friends will be in that like scenario, but I just feel like, hey, I can't really count people's pockets. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I hear it, and that's why I'm like, if, for example, now that was the situation, and you're about to tell me you can't come, I wouldn't like that because like, why couldn't you come to me on the thing of, raw, bro, man's low, so I'm struggling in this sort of situation where I can't really afford. Man's got you. Or the man have got you. That's the level it should be at by the time we're 30. Because we've been bridges now for almost what's 20? Two decades. Yeah, I was trying to think of what's the decade. The phrase for 20 years.
Private equity, guys.
Yeah, what?
But yeah, now like we've been friends for almost 2 decades. You can't tell me that raw man's low. Like man can't afford the ticket or something like, or the hotel's a bit spendy. Man, got you, bro.
It's a hot take. I can't lie. If we get to a certain point in our friendship, I think a degree of entitlement is allowed. You have to be there.
Interesting.
Bro. You have to be there, bro. Example, you two have to be there,
what I'm
bro.
trying to say.
That's my entitlement.
He's got a wedding, and one of us can't go. How's the podcast run next session? Oh yeah, but man, we're actually wedding, bro. Why not? But where was us? Where's
What's
Benzo?
your excuse? What's the valid excuse?
Man.
It has to be a family member is in hospital. That's it.
It'll come out the podcast bread. It'll come out of the podcast bread. Your flat will come out of the podcast bread.
Business account.
Business account will pay for that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and that's fair. That's fair. I think, yeah, I can't imagine like my 2 best mates. I can't imagine them not being at my wedding, to be honest. But shit just happens. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think for me, this is where it even gets deeper. The few friends that I do have, I said to them, they're my forever friends. Yeah. And I remember like when I made this decision, I was like, there's nothing you guys can do that'll ever piss me off. Like you guys are my friends for life. So I say this to say,
is that both boys and girls?
Yeah, boys and girls. Like so, yeah. So
you
I have
make
like
girls forever friends.
Yeah. Oh, it is interesting. What, do you guys not believe in having female friends?
No, I believe in female friends, but like forever now.
Wait, what does that mean?
Nah, I'll be honest, I don't.
He's done it again.
No. Honestly, the reason why I believe this is because of mandem. I feel like mandem are very.
What does that mean? Like,
The reason why I'm saying this, hold on. The reason why I'm saying this, yeah, and this is why I get clipped all the time.
this is like,
This is the reason why I get clipped, and this is why I need to make my point. Listen, yeah.
it's already clipped, bro. Done.
Done. The reason why I'm genuinely saying this is because when people get into relationships, especially girls, yeah, there's a lot of rules that come with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I never actually thought about that.
No, there's a lot of rules that come with that. So it's like, for example, now, let's say I want to do a staycation. Can she come if she has a boyfriend?
Yeah, so
it's like, once rules now come into place, and it's like, bro, I can't call you at a certain time, or we can't, go to the cinema together and all this stuff that maybe you guys used to do as friends. It's like, yeah, we were friends, but it's like, now it's just like, we're cool.
So question, so you don't think your boy's girl could run that with him? You think when your boy's married and stuff, your boy's wife can't be like, yeah, I don't want you going out late and da-da-da-da and this, that, and the third. You don't think you can run that?
That would happen though.
I didn't get it.
So like, you see in the same way you're saying that if you're friends with like a female friend and her boyfriend basically has like rules and da-da-da-da, you don't think a wife could do that, or like a girlfriend?
Oh, to like my brethren, for example.
Because that could run.
I don't think
But it's a different dynamic though.
Yeah.
She can't say to him, he can't come to my yard at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or midnight. She can't say
Why
that.
not?
No, based on the fact that it's just like, there's nothing wrong with him doing that.
But what if she's just like, she's not comfortable, I don't like you being around him at that time, I just don't like the way you act when you come back. Like, it's like, guys, like, because the thing is, like, I think we need to actually think about it in the context of like, let's actually think about serious relationships, bordering like going to wifey, Your wife is like, yo, I don't like when you go to my man's house at this time, I hate the fact that you come home at 1 a.m. and I would really appreciate if you could make a compromise for me, and sometimes at night, And she just voiced that on some like real shit.
Yeah. Off if I was to reply honestly, I would say she's tapped. Yeah.
But then if her boyfriend does, but then the other way around, it's what?
Yeah, but guys,
it's different though.
It's different dynamic. It's a different dynamic. It's like a girl going to a guy's yard at midnight is like, why are you there?
No, but it's the same way. Like what? A guy going to one of these.
It's demon time, bro. That's what that is, though. Midnight. What are you doing at midnight? What are you doing at midnight?
So let me flip it. So this is why I'm gonna flip it, right? Because I feel like there's double standards being at play here. Mm-hmm. Same way a girl going to a guy's house at midnight is demon time. Yeah. Same way a guy going to another guy's house at midnight, there could also be a 2-man that bro's trying to run. So at that point, it's like you're got a point. So hold on. So at that point, again, I'm trying to say this. I'm just trying to make you guys see a point of view and to really like kind of land on why like I have forever friends, regardless that like, a female or male. I'm saying this to say, if your girl is genuinely worried, if she's like, yo, I don't like you being around my man in a certain way, like I get it. I wasn't here before. I get you guys' friendship, but babe, for me, sometimes. Can you just reserve going to my man's house late at night kind of thing? My head goes crazy. I know you've kind of like told me and stuff, but I'd really just like to like be at home with you at night and like fall asleep with you sometimes. Just on a rational ask, right? Again, that would hinder the whole like concept of like forever friends, because if she makes that like reservation, it's the same way her boyfriend can also do the same thing, like on the other side as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So it's like, to me, it's like, it's not really there's no difference in dynamic. It's just respecting your partner and like their wishes. So I say this to say, it's like, cool. If I have like forever female friends and her man imposes this rule of like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, babe, I don't really like the fact that you're like chilling with Steven too tough and staycation and this, that, and the third kind of thing. I'd respect it and be like, you know what, Ken, like, if you decide to kind of like progress with this decision, of like, you know what, respecting your man and whatnot, that doesn't change our relationship or my view. I understand that, you know, in the context of like you being your man and stuff, this is just what it is and I have to respect it, innit? Yeah. It's still cool, I still love you and stuff like that. I understand that that's a boundary that your significant other put in place, because that person can end up being your husband, bro. Yeah, but and what? Because you know, I want a forever friendship with you now. Like I have to basically hinder you from finding your husband. And likewise, you know what I'm trying to say? So I say this to say it's like same thing, like regardless of dynamic.
Yeah, but I wouldn't hinder the relationship, though. That's the only thing. So it's like, if that rule is there, I would never cross that boundary, because I understand that, right, that's your man. I respect it. Cool, no worries.
But he don't know that.
Nah, he don't need to know that though. That's the thing.
But then if it's the other way around though, it's like you're basically. So what I'm saying is that if it's the other way around, your boy came to you and basically said, "Look, my girl's basically saying that this, that, and third." You're basically gonna tell your boy, "Your girl's tapped, bro."
Yeah, but he can still get mocked in the GC. There's no GC with me and her.
That's true.
Yeah, but
I mean, like that's why I say it's a different dynamic.
No, but it's like, but again, I'm trying to take you out of this like worldview of dynamic to just understand that it's just friends. I'm trying to say the only difference.
I wish that's how it operated.
No, but it's just
in
that's how it operates to you.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
True.
But it's, and again, it's like I don't disagree. Like I get this dynamic probably exists in like your worldview and stuff. But I'm just saying that it's like really and truly, it's just friends. The only difference is that one's a girl and one's a boy. True. But in the same way that like so for me now, like the reason why I like have these forever friendships with my female friends is that even if they happen to like come across like a partner that just says you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't come on staycation, it's like, yo, I hear it, man. Like
I hear it, but like that now, and I agree. Like I hear it, like fair enough, that's calm. I don't have an issue with the boundaries being set in a relationship. It's just like that relationship now will be hindered because let's say everyone else can do the same thing. We're always going to different trips. Now.
So you don't think your boys, you don't think a relationship with your boy is going to be hindered in some way, shape, or form when he gets a girl or when he gets married? Because it will.
I'd like to think that he.
No, it will. No, it will. It will get hindered. It will get hindered when he has kids. When he has this, it's gonna get hindered. You know what I'm trying to say? And even maybe you guys haven't got to that stage yet. And again, I'm trying to say this not to even come across like I'm some like wise person, but it's like. I don't know if you notice, like, you know, when your boy gets a girl and stuff, he might spend time with her just a little bit more. He just might. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He just might be like, yeah, right, actually, I don't really want to come to that thing on da-da-da-da. He just might do that. Yeah. That's still the relationship changing in some way, shape, or form. True. But it doesn't change the fundamental fact that you guys are friends. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's just like, we grow up, we do certain things, certain dynamics are going to change. Bro, like, when your boy has 3 kids and stuff, bro, he's not. The relationship's changed, bro.
Yeah, but like that's.
I think kids is different.
I think kids is
kids and wife is a different dynamic.
Yeah,
because kids is childcare. Like the kid,
there's priority.
24/7 needs to be looked after. Wife, not so much.
But isn't what you guys are working towards that in the context of having these girlfriends? Eventually, isn't it going to like progress to that?
Yeah,
so
it will, but we're not there yet.
Yeah. So, but in my view, it's like there's going to be certain changes that are going to like be kind of introduced from like girlfriend to get to that wife stage. It's like your girlfriend, like. Bro, automatically when you have a girl, your time is just like cut already. You got to spend time with her. That's going to change dynamic in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but like, there's still certain things that are still in play. Like
what?
Like, there's still PS5 with the mandem.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's still a dynamic that will always happen. No one, if any girlfriend or wife wants to step in and try to change that,
they're going to get mad.
Just chill. Get out.
And your boy comes to you and be like, your boy is going to be like,
he can't come to you and tell me that. I swear to God.
Like literally, your boy comes to you and says, yo guys, like, look. Your boy comes to you and says, yeah, you man, I think this Thursday, like, I can't really like do the PS5.
Oh yeah?
Okay, no. In fact, yo, you man, I can't come to the pod this Thursday.
No.
See, now that's not of business.
Now you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far.
Our pockets are now.
I'm taking it too far.
Like you man, like I can't come to the pod.
Generally, I don't promote violence. I'd fist him up. I swear to God, I'd fist him up. You can't. Like, that's business.
He's like, guys, it's a one-off, guys. I'm so sorry that I just can't come to the pod this Thursday because.
Don't get me wrong. If there's an excuse that's actually making sense.
No. The excuse is like, yo, there's just something like me and my girl got to do. Like, this the only date kind of thing. Like, you know, things have been really rocky at home at the moment. I just got to do this to make up to her, guys. I hope
make
you guys
it
understand.
Up.
Yeah. Like, I hope you guys understand.
Like, if you needed to make it up, no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If something like that actually happened, we can understand that. Just don't tell us on the day.
Exactly. No, on the day. Like, he tells you before, and he's like, yeah, guys, like, you know, this
Thursday I schedule it for like Friday, Saturday or something. Yeah. Like,
there's no
you're
way.
Coming to the pod. There's no way you're missing it because of whatever was going on at home.
The doghouse.
Nah.
Sort that.
Nah. The only reason
let's get triggered.
I'm actually in my head.
We're all on the same page. That can never happen. That can never happen.
What do you think?
No, it could never run.
Never run.
That would be mad.
Nah, I would bug out at him still.
Like if it was just a casual date, like you're going on or something like that, bro. Yeah,
you're bugging.
No, but it's like. I think, you know what's so interesting? I feel like as man them, we're probably not transparent about all the things that like we're probably going through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it could be like a casual date to you, man, but you, man, don't know that shit has actually been rocky for a couple minutes now. And like, you know, this is the one thing I'm trying to basically make up to her. She's basically been saying I've been spending too much time with you guys. I'm telling you guys, to you guys, it just seems like a casual date. To me, it's actually make or break for my relationship. You know what I'm trying to say? But you, man, are telling me, yeah, sort that, bro. Like,
No, but if you come on a thing of like, you come on that angle, because we're very open, like we can talk about like this sort of shit. So it's like, if you say, bro, like, nah, our relationship's a bit rocky right now, like, or you don't even need to say it's rocky. It's like, nah, this is an important thing. Like, we actually have to do this. That's what you need to say. We would reschedule.
But don't say it on the day though.
But you just can't say on the day because now you're just violent. You wouldn't tell work like 2 hours before you need to start or 1 hour before. Do you know what I mean?
Fair play.
So
but I think my main point is that forever friends, male or female, to me, like it doesn't really matter because naturally, I think the point I was trying to get across is that I think we're basically talking about like weddings and like friends not coming and stuff like that. And I think when I kind of made the decision that these people are going to be in my life forever, I said it's like for better or for worse, like more or less. I'm like, bro, like so much so that I think when I realized that my friends are my forever friends, like at some point my friend has done something, like my friends have done something to piss me off in some way, shape or form. Yeah. And I remember when they did that, I was like, I don't care because you're my friend. Like, so you're good. So with that being said, it's like, let's say for argument's sake, you just couldn't turn up to my wedding. In my head, I've already made that commitment that, you know what? You're my forever friend, bro. So it's like, hey.
How did they get to that stage, though?
I don't know. I feel like it's just like I said, I think it was like, I remember there was one time, the time I realized all my friends were my forever friends, it was like at individual points where they'd done something that like should piss me off, and it did initially. And then I just had an immediate thought that, but why would I be pissed? That's
your dog.
That's my dog. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I remember like there was one time like my boy, like, so I play American football, innit? And we go flag football every Friday and stuff, innit? Right. Yeah. I used to play for Great Britain. Anyways, I could have gone pro. Legit.
What position? What position?
Wide receiver and safety.
Okay.
Say what?
Travis Hunter.
So yeah, cool. So I remember like we go flag football every Friday, Bro, I literally still remember it. Bro calls me on the day, like literally, and he's the one that always pestered me to go because I'm actually injured. Like, I don't really like play. I only go because of him now, innit? Literally, I think 1 hour, 2 hours before, he tells me, oh, he can't come. And guess why?
Right,
go. There you go. And I remember like when I saw that message, I was pissed off, because I taken my boots, I taken my cleats, I taken it to work and everything, I remember I was pissed off. I was pissed off for like 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, but that's bro. And I just got over it. Like literally, it was like I wasn't even pissed for like more than 5 minutes. And it's like those instances has happened to like all of my friends at some point. And the minute I could snap out of it, I was like, oh no, you're my friend for real. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? So for me, it's just like at that moment was when I was like, oh yeah. And obviously you don't get to that point without like developing like the relationship over time. And it's not like that just happened. I'm like, oh, you're my forever friend. It's kind of like, we've gone through it together to the point where I'm just like, you know what? There's nothing you can do that'll piss me off. Like, because it's like, at the end of the day, if bro had to like pull a sickie because of things, like, yeah, he probably had to do it for da-da-da-da. And it's like, even if it's like, that's bro anyway. So I think that's just what it was for me, innit? So
I hear it, but like, for me, I'm still cautious on calling someone my forever friend because I still feel like someone could still do whatever.
Yeah, and that's facts, to be fair. I guess, I think for me, it's like, growing up, like, I always had like a lot of like acquaintances. Yeah. And I was like known, but I'd never really like fit into like friendship groups. Yeah. And I remember like coming out of uni, I was just like, again, known, but I never really had like individual friends like that. And a lot of like my forever friends were like basically like just over the short space of time, basically through like me like being open to friendships. So I think because like naturally I've never really been open to friends like that, when I gravitate towards these people, like my brain has kind of like for me to even gravitate towards you, it's like, rah, you must actually be like a real one kind of thing. It actually makes sense kind of thing. So I think that's why for me it's like it makes sense to like kind of like have these people in my life and be like, you know what, like, yeah, you might not great. But yeah.
On the topic of friends, I actually saw a tweet I bookmarked the other day and I wanted to bring it up. The original tweet is, as you got older, what did you realize? And someone quote tweeted, you cannot mix all your friend groups.
Interesting.
Then someone quote tweeted that and they said, skill issue. When you're friends with good people, you can even force them to go and mix unsupervised.
Nope, not unsupervised. Not unsupervised.
You think?
Not unsupervised. Yeah, so not unsupervised. You can't do that. Yeah.
You think so? I think I could pull that off though.
Nah. Because I don't think you can let him be loose around certain people. I don't think so.
That's mad.
I don't think so. I think around certain people, they might be like, why is my man so like for? You know what I'm trying to say? I genuinely think so.
You actually think that?
And this is the first time meeting.
That's mums.
And so I genuinely think that.
I don't agree with that.
I genuinely think that.
Nah. I genuinely feel like if I had a family barbecue and I brought these two to the barbecue and I had to leave, that'd be fine.
I just think I think you have to like really know your friends and trust your friends to a point. Exactly. But it's like, I feel like sometimes, I think supervision is key, at least at first. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm like, so I have like my entrepreneur friends that I'm like friends with, innit? And there's one character in my friendship group here. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's just a character. Like, he's like, he'll just take the piss out of you, but it's like, that's just bro. Like, that's just what he does, you know what I'm trying to say? He's always like, banter, cuss you out, but it's like, that's just bro, you know what I'm trying to say? And then I have my boy, like my actual boy, innit? Yeah, the one that literally flaked on me with the American football thing, innit? He's like, he's got bants, yeah, but if he don't know you, it's like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Cool. So I invite him to come and do a co-working session. So he works like 9 to 5, he works in tech, innit? But he works from home. So I invited him to with my entrepreneur friends, yeah, to come and da-da-da-da. Now these guys, they both have big personalities. So obviously, my boy, he's just like, you know, just like talking, da-da-da-da. But every single minute, the other guy's just making jabs.
Yeah.
But it's like, my boy's like, don't recognize this, you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm here like having to intermediate, like, you know, being in between to kind of interpret what's going on. But I know that I could already see the tensions were kind of high because obviously, like, the other guy, he's just relentless with the jokes, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? My boy's just thinking, I don't fucking know who you are, bro. Like, what the hell is going on here? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I have to be here in the middle ground kind of thing. Bro, if I left them unsupervised, they might start scrapping, bro, because they don't know each other. So it's like, do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think that's really, really important. I think unsupervised first time round is very careless.
I don't think so. I think the relentless jokes is low-key a character flaw. Do you not think so? Because you can't make relentless jokes at someone you don't know. That doesn't make sense.
See, and you know, and the thing is, I would agree, but you can't. If I've met someone and they're a certain way, the way they are, even if it's a character flaw to me, I can't change fundamentally who they are as a person.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm trying to say? And if anything, over time, if I agree to let that person be my friend, it's like, I like you regardless of these character flaws that you have.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing with like this person, eventually all of us like in the group are like, oh, you know, that's just bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But do you know who doesn't know that that's just bro?
Yeah,
my bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, as far as my bro is concerned, I pulled up to this place, some guy making hella jokes kind of thing, like, who the fuck is my man? And it's like, if you leave that unsupervised or you don't kind of like broker it initially, things could really go left. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because we're all different people, do you know what I'm trying to say? And like, we're not really palatable to everyone. And I think that's why you have to, unsupervised is crazy. Like, do you know what I'm trying to, I think you have to.
I think so. Like, wait, quickly.
Or you have to know you have to know the people you can.
Do you not feel like you could be amongst your friends' unsupervised?
Yes, but because I'm a normal person, like I'm a normal.
I mean, I would say I can. It's just I would choose wisely.
It
just depends on the group that you're trying to leave me with.
No, and I think it's even more techie in like female relationships because, bro, it's like my female friends with my other female friends. What's your female friend? I mean, but in my head I'm thinking, bro, like, she's actually a delightful person. Once you get to like, she really chill for real. But literally, I'm talking to, she's like, oh yeah, but I'm not really sure. I'm thinking, bro, you don't even know how great she is. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, I remember I brought my friend to like my female friend to an event I was hosting for like my business and stuff. She just came there to support me. She didn't give a fuck. Like, she screw-faced the whole thing. You know what I'm trying to say? And not because she's just there to support me. She didn't care about nothing else. You know what I'm trying to say? So everyone's just there like, right, is your friend good? But I'm just thinking, she's actually a great person, guys. Like, legit. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I think you, unsupervised, you just have to know your friends, I guess.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, how many friends do you think you could pull that off with? Could put in just a setting, unsupervised, with your different friends?
Probably one of my boy Martin. I could probably do it, even though I could probably leave him unsupervised, but I know in his head he'll be pissed off at something. But it's like,
but
he will still manage. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like he'll still manage and he'll probably get by and still do the ha-ha-has with everyone. But I just know that because I remember that day when that situation, I can see bro was like just like
irritated.
Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? But obviously because I was intermediate and stuff, it was like he was managing. But yeah, I think yes. That's like I think yes. Unsupervised, you have to just really know your friends in it. But
do I have friends that can? My friendship groups, everyone knows someone from different. So like it already happens now in a way, but I'm always kind of there. So maybe it's not unsupervised, but it could definitely happen. But I would say like to defend myself, I would say I can be left with it. Pretty much. No, I'll be honest. I think I can be left with everyone because I've always been the type where even when you're young and you go to like these, you know, your mom's taking you to one African party and there's different kids. I've always been the one that can talk to everyone. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I just see that's still kind of there in terms of like with like our sort of maybe demographic and that. Do you know what I mean? But like it just depends on the group. Like if there's a weirdo, like, you're gonna know that you're a weirdo. Do you know what I mean? So like,
see, and that's the difference. See that, and that's why I said I would leave it around because he would let them know that he's a weirdo.
No,
whereas I would just navigate the situation, like making it seem like everything's calm. I'm probably.
No, but I feel like he wouldn't make it known that there's a problem unless the weirdo came to him and did something.
Like if you're on a thing of like you're purposely being weird to me, then it's like, what's up? Do you know what I mean? Like what's going on for you? Do you know what I mean? But if it's a thing where like you're doing it to everybody, then I can just know it's like, all right, you're just a weirdo that does it to everybody. So like, okay, cool, fair enough. Like, I'll just brush it.
Like you can read the cues then.
Yeah, I can read the cues for
Some
sure.
friends can't read the cues.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I can read the cues. Like I won't let something like that irritate me to a point
because
where
some friends are just like they'll take it personal.
Yeah. No, I won't take it personally if I know it's to everybody. But if it's like to me only, then I'm like, okay.
I'll just like brush off. Like I'm just
like now I'm just off you. Like I'm not. Like we could. Like move. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm at with all that friendship mixing. But
I feel like there's a handful. It's definitely less than 5, but maybe like 3 to 4 people. I think.
Same,
you have to be really selective with that.
Yeah, same. I think all my friends could mix with other friends and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of because I'm actually thinking of doing something similar. Like when I turn the big 3 year, I'm gonna try and put all my friends like in one place, like just all together, get them to meet each other. Yeah. And I think I'm trying to get them to bring their partners and stuff like that. And I think that's gonna be interesting. And recently, like our friends did it. So he like he moved to Spain recently, and he booked the villa, and he brought all of us. He brought his mum as well, and everyone got along. Yeah. Like, everyone got along. People we didn't know. It's like it was actually calm. So
I think it's a life skill to be diplomatic. I think, because if you're someone who can't be left alone amongst other people's friends or friends, I think somewhere along the line there has to be a problem though. Because no one's causing you any trouble, but your friend doesn't trust you around other people. Why? That's how I see it. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Actually, we forgot to do the intro.
Was that last week as well?
I thought that's how you guys run it. I literally thought we just
we have an intro. But like, if the convo just goes, then
fair.
It's a good problem to have.
No, fair play.
No, honestly, thank you for coming on though.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for inviting me.
I've been locked in with your stuff for a while now. Since you used to like do interviews with people about what career you in.
No way. That's time ago.
Yeah, I've been locked in for time still. So I'm happy we got you on for real.
Nah. I appreciate you reaching out, man. And anytime. And I do a shameless plug. Can I do a shameless plug?
Yeah, do it all down. No, plug out everything you want to do.
Yeah, cool. So obviously you guys follow me, Corporate Steve. If you go to careersbeyondeducation.uk, we have a bunch of jobs of a lot of corporate employers. Every single day, I'm jigging, trying to sign more employers to work with and stuff like that. And literally, like, we don't only have jobs as well. We host a lot of events where you can actually come meet these employers in person, meet people to actually, like, put you on game and stuff before you apply. And our website just has a bunch of resources to basically help you, a bunch of videos that we filmed with hella professionals to basically make sure that you basically just land your dream job kind of thing and put your best foot forward. So be sure to check that out. And thank you guys for having me, man.
No worries, man. Good stuff, Quick question, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Last one to leave them something. How important do you think a mentor is? Like, being young, how important do you think a mentor is?
It's very important, but I feel like the way people kind of go about it is they overthink it because they think, my mentor is someone I have to know and I have to have like scheduled meetings with him and stuff like that. I have mentors that they don't even know who I am, but their content through that is kind of what helps me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think a lot of people think, to get a mentor, I have to reach out to them and then get on a call with them. I have like another mentor. I remember I saw him from TikTok, and now I have his number and stuff, Rather than jumping on calls, I just send him a message whenever like I have a problem or something like that. Then he'll just send me an answer real quick. Do you know what I mean? So it's like little things like that.
Yeah.
So I think, mentors are really, really important, but just the way people go about it, sometimes like they overthink it. But the reason why mentors are important more than anything is because ultimately where you want to be, they've already gone and they've already done all the mistakes. And you leveraging their expertise or like their knowledge kind of allows you to bypass that. But it doesn't need to be so formal. It can be through their content. It can like the easiest way possible basically to kind of leverage that. But I'd say that's kind of like the best thing. It's really important, long story short, but yeah.
Okay.
Food for thought in it. I wanted to bring that back. So that's, but
solid. That's what 188, I think. 188?
Could be 189. It could actually be 189.
I think it's
don't know.
188. I'm sure it's 188.
It's not. It's 189.
£5?
Yeah.
Okay, calm.
Or episode 189 episodes.
Yeah.
Right, you guys have been jugging.
Job, bro. Massive
I think we turned 5 last month.
5 years.
Yeah, 31st of
You've been
May.
doing it for 5 years.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, man.
And you guys only just started coming up on the radar now.
I mean, there's a 18-month hiatus in there somewhere.
See.
But for the last like 2.5 years, it's been every week.
That's really good. And when did you guys start like living? Did you guys always live together from like uni or?
No, we don't live together now. But we lived together during first and second year.
Yeah,
Oh,
2
so
years,
you went DMU as well?
Yeah, we
all
went
of us,
DMU
all of
for
us.
this,
Okay.
But I didn't live with these lot. But yeah, we were in DMU.
Okay. Yeah, no, DMU's. I'm surprised I never ever like went to DMU whilst my time in Northampton.
We went Northampton once.
Yeah, that's where everybody used to go DMU. That was a place.
DMU.
What number does that say, bro? That's the most recent episode.
187.
Oh, right.
Okay, are we not dropping an episode with someone else next week? So then this will be
but this could be the one before that.
It's not.
But it could be.
It can't be.
But it could be.
I can't help it because I don't know which one's going to be the one that's
But
going
it
to
could be, right? It could be.
It could be.
Already.
Anyways.
Cool. What we say on pod is the TikTok, all of that good stuff.
Everywhere, man.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell your family members.
Other than that, it's Tina Bonifaz for coming, man.
Thank you. It's been your boy Hustler. Stay with us, my people.
Stay with it, man. It's been your boy Benzo in the booth.
Benzo.
And we'll see you lot in the next one still.